It's a party! It's a party!
It says it's streaming. Going. And you just never know. Oh, it looks like it's...
Says it's streaming.
Wow, that's just fast. All right. I don't think I need this open, so we'll close that. That's very curious. Okay. Jumping back over to OBS, going to my screen. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, looky there. There's my picture. Well, that worked easier than I expected. Live from my basement, it's Thursday night! Woo! I should jump over to the camera. I messed with...
It's been 2 weeks.
Yes, let's pretend that it always goes smoothly previous to that. I think everyone knows the truth. The camera's there. It's not there. Camera's up there for me. I got dual cameras going. You can see what's shown on YouTube on the screen monitor behind me. The headless Glenn as he eats his Jimmy John's. And we've got Ken remote as always. And Wes is here heating up his dinner. It's been a couple weeks since before Thanksgiving. We had Thanksgiving, and then we had the Thanksgiving dinner that kept on giving. Mm-hmm. For many of us, or a few of us anyway. And so, but we're live, and we're back at it tonight with Descent into
Queen.
Madness.
Queen first.
Queen first.
Right?
No.
Well, no. The Queen is done. The Queen is dead.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Descent into Avernus. Slipping Hell's grasp. And so, why don't we go ahead and run the intro?
Roll that beautiful intro.
I didn't like that sound I just heard. Ken, maybe you can check if it's working on YouTube for us.
Yes.
And so then,
Icon.
where is my? There it is, right here. We'll run the intro now. Woohoo! Love the intro. Going back to both cams. Speaking to the camera up there. We are between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I am sporting the holiday version of my t-shirt.
Nice.
I only get to wear this a few times a year, so...
I didn't even know there was a holiday version.
It's because I didn't make you one.
I know. I feel left out.
If you want one, so you can wear it twice a year.
I think we should have versions for every holiday. It should be like an Easter version.
Should there?
With ears, bunny ears on a couple of them.
Bunny ears, July 4th version.
Purple.
Well, we can do that,
That'd be fun.
but they're not cheap. Pardon me. So maybe I'll go over to. Yeah, let's just jump over to my summary. As we are back into it. Summary. Per the vision of the resurrected Grand Duke Ravengard implores you to find the sword of Zariel, as it is the key to defeating Zariel, the Archduke of Avernus, and freeing Elturel to the mortal plane. You perform a ceremony with Mad Maggie in which Lulu regained memories of the sword being in a citadel. Searching for the sword led you to the Demon Zapper and Ralzala. Ralzala believes the key to your success is an alliance with the former Archduke of Avernus, the Pit Fiend Bell. Rosala will give you an introduction to Bell, or has given you an introduction to Bell, if you were to, because you freed him from his commitment to the Demon Sapper. Through a sequence of quests, you acquired the blood of a Titan Aldrich and gave it to Rosala to drink, which indeed freed Rosala from the Demon Sapper. True to his word, Rosala wrote you a letter of introduction to the Archfiend and the former ruler of Avernus. Rosala and Olivia leave, but you are still surrounded by demons at the Demon Sapper. Most notably, Bralmaduth, the master of cruelties, and his army of demons. Bralmaduth commands you to destroy the Demon Sapper. You devise a plan to teleport Bralmaduth into the Demon Sapper attack radius, but Bralmaduth becomes aware of your insolence when you try to weaken him with your mind slivers. Bralmaduth counters with an extremely effective mind control ability.
I will say we had a good plan until someone intervened on the demon's behalf.
I thought we established that everything went according to plan.
They've obviously worked out.
Oh, right.
Again, so
Sorry.
therefore,
Sorry.
plan
Wrong
worked perfectly.
timeline. Everything went exactly to plan. Sorry.
Yeah. Bralmaduth counters with an extremely effective mind control ability that charms most of you and convinces you to indeed destroy the Demon Zapper. Bralmaduth does successfully get you to destroy the Demon Zapper. With the Demon Zapper destroyed, Monocolor, the unicorn, is freed. Monocolor starts bitch slapping you guys out of your charm, and eventually you come to your senses, and ultimately you defeat Bralmaduth. With Bralmaduth defeated, his army scatters, and Monocolor knows the location of Bell's Forge and has the ability to teleport 3 of you. So you shrink the bike down with your enlarge reduce spell. You get in the lamp while Monocolor teleports you to the foot of a volcano. We end the night as you are approached by a patrol of horned devils and 10 bearded devils. There are 7 sessions left before Elturel is pulled into the river Styx. So, that is where we're at. So if we jump over, let's do the game layout here.
Do you actually have minor illusion or major illusion?
Let me see.
I think I do. Not minor.
Because you could absolutely try to pull the toll booth if you have an illusion spell.
A minor illusion is just like something the size of a box, right?
And minor illusion is 5 foot square.
Yeah. And it doesn't hold up to inspection, right?
That's just the box where you put the coin in.
You mean a 5 foot square?
Down. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, that's pretty
No.
big.
No.
Just
Yeah.
by proportions, not 1 foot.
Yeah, but not a mile long fence to
Right.
make them go through it.
Yeah, but there wasn't a mile long fence in the movie either, Glenn, and they all went through it.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
Just saying.
that video clip, what's that from? Explain the reference. to me.
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah, well, that's in place. Sure.
The same concept. There's a bunch of
Bad guys.
bad guys like riding towards them. Like, how do we slow them down? Put a toll booth on the road.
Nice.
And the gag is they can go
Blazing
around.
saddles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not smart enough to go around.
Recognize that they could go around.
Yeah, the gag is that it's in the middle of the prairie. And
Right,
it's
yeah,
a
right.
road.
Right.
Yeah, so you're at the foot of a. I don't know. Do I have it?
As I recall, too, while we were charmed, we were using our biggest, baddest
You use a lot of spells.
spells and attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, the only reason I closed that door is
So
she's really been a lot better about making messes. But when you can't see her, her chances of making a mess go way up. But she's not nearly as obnoxious as she used to be. And she would love nothing more than to sit on your lap and let you pet her all night. Let her.
if she can get up here, I will pet her on.
So, Monocolor, which is, I'll admit, a little egg on my face because her actual name, which makes a lot more sense. Can you guess? My hint is my dyslexia kicked in.
Multicolor?
I don't have dyslexia, but for some reason I screwed up these letters. Her actual name is Moon Color.
Okay.
Which makes a whole lot more sense. But monocolor it is. That's the name I've given her. That's what I'm sticking
If
with.
she's all white, it makes perfect sense.
It's a single color.
Or all brown.
So
or
you,
whatever.
I was imagining like the Starbucks unicorn like drink.
So as you stand here, a gargantuan volcano dominates the horizon. Clouds of fire and ash spew from its caldera, and the air trembles with its angry grumblings. A vast, multi-layered fortress has been hewn into the volcano's rocky slopes. As you stand here, as you've stepped into these foothills of the volcano, the heat overwhelms you, and as the rippling of the miragish, you see these figures coming towards you. A battalion of bearded dragons. Bearded dragons look something like my email.
Devils?
That's what he
Bearded devils.
Bearded dragons are
Yeah, that
small
would be bad.
reptiles.
Yeah, so
Then this would be the end, and
these are bearded devils, and led by
Well, bearded dragons are just small, like reptiles. Like,
Oh,
no, they're just
like
small.
yeah,
that's
kid,
true, yeah.
kids' pets. They'll be like, oh, cute.
Yeah,
You know, it's actually disappointed to be reminded that those are a real thing. Because I was envisioning, like, Smog with a beard.
Smog with a beard. Yeah, so they're charging at you, coming from multiple directions.
well,
So I'll step forward
Yeah,
as the first group gets close.
yeah.
One second. Point of clarification above the table. Bell is aligned with the demons
The devils.
or the devils,
The devils.
and these are
devils.
devils.
These are devils.
So they're likely working with Bell.
Bell, who we're here to try to make an alliance with.
Right. Okay. Continue.
So you're saying we probably should not cast Fireball.
Correct.
Yeah, you can cast Fireball if you want. I guarantee it will have absolutely no effect.
I was going to say, these guys, they'd be like, nice.
So go ahead, Ken.
I need to touch
Waste a
Alright,
high level
So
spell.
how about, and whoopsie, let's not move all of us. There we go. How about a nice lightning bolt? that
These
goes right
guys are
through the wall?
friends, guys. These are
Yeah.
friends.
These are friends of the people we're trying to get to.
Right. So we need to tell them like, "Oh, we're here to be friendly."
So
Hello, have you come to escort us?
I'll
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
step up,
Wave the white flag or the white
Stop
unicorn,
up in
whatever you
front
got
of
handy.
everybody, all of these guys, and I go, "We're here on behalf of Zariel."
Nice.
Inspiration for that.
that's
Truly.
great.
So I don't know. Did you see it, Ken?
I did
Yeah,
not
you can
know.
show the camera.
Flash the camera again.
I don't know if you can see that.
It's the mask, the symbol of Zariel, the mark that she gave me when we defeated the Balrog.
People pay good money for that sort of thing online.
Well, see,
I thought
Yeah,
Bell
right.
and Zariel
Only
were-
fan, right?
if you were really dedicated to it, you would have had it done in henna on your skin. you
Right,
know?
right. Only then
I
would
mean,
you
if
actually
you're really
get this.
dedicated, you would have an actual tattoo of it, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
So
my kids wouldn't have a field day with that. I've told them they can't get tattoos ever
Which guarantees on their 18th birthday they're going to run out and get one.
in their own house, in their own apartment.
Nope.
On their
Just be
dime.
their 18th birthday.
if it even takes them that long, because Aunt whatever
Well,
sympathized, and
and Borge's mom's signature. Yeah.
so pushing through the battalion of the bearded dragons.
Devils.
Bearded dragon just rolls off the tongue better. Bearded devils is a large winged devilish creature.
Cool symbol.
He found it online. Okay?
He pushes forward and he looks at you. Says, "You dare come to Bell's Forge?
Where else were we supposed to go?
We have business with Bell.
Why should we not destroy you right here where you stand?"
Because you'd suffer Bell's wrath.
And we have the bell. No, wait. No, we have the letter of introduction, right?
Yeah.
He probably can't read.
And then we pull out the letter of introduction.
He looks at it, and he can't read. Well, let's do this. Give me a persuasion, performance, with advantage because you're working together. Maybe you have Ruckus do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I was being intimidating, don't you think?
You were trying to intimidate him, let us through,
Really?
or we'll destroy you.
Or you'll suffer Bell's wrath.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. I think we're gonna go with the persuasion.
With advantage, you said?
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're being helped, and you have the letter. It should be good. You're good at this.
15.
21.
Yeah. I keep hearing noises.
It was me.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. And he kind of looks, and there's grumbling, and another one of the devils, and he takes your letter introduction, and he looks at it. I don't know. We're all flashing each other.
Just so I had the great teacher now, too. You don't want to see what. I'm not showing it. No.
It would have been better if you actually had the tattoo underneath.
Yeah,
That would have been the surprise of the night.
Shaved chests and they grumble each other, and so you're surrounded by these bearded devils and escorted to the entrance of the forge, and you come in and they take you through the layers, the halls, and the heat is intense, and they take you into Bell's forge.
Nobody's heard of an air conditioner in this place.
And
But there's a hammer.
yeah, so let me give you some of the descriptions here. So a wrought iron spiral staircase descends into a cavernous forge, channels of bubbling lava through the complex, casting fiery light over huge anvils. Chained giants with coal black skin and fiery orange hair hammer out weapons under the malignant gaze of a pit fiend seated in a flying throne. Throughout the forge, sparks fly like rain. So let's back out just a little bit, because there's this staircase. As you're on some moat, it kind of has a metallic grid on it, but you have fire giants here and down here, all hammering out weapons.
Now, are they making normal weapons for all of the devils, or are they making like giant weapons?
They're making normal weapons. You can see these weapons are on weapon racks. Like, here's a hammer, right? But there are giant size one and normal size. They're making all sorts of weapons, right? But one of the key notes here is those giants are chained. They're seeming slaves to this pit fiend. You're brought before him. All right, so I got more description here. Bell perches majestically on a massive levitating throne. I got a picture of that. Bell? I like this one. And next to him is this lovely lady.
Oh, you think you could do better?
So, Bell perches majestically on a massive levitating throne, crafted from blackened steel and adorned with smoldering embers and jagged spikes. The throne itself seems to exude an aura of power, hovering ominously over the forge. Bell, a figure of imposing stature and fearsome presence, looms over his forge. His upper body is muscular and humanoid, rippling with raw strength, while his lower half is serpentine, coiled and ready to strike. His skin is a deep, fiery red, covered in scales that glint like molten metal. His face is a visage of infernal royalty, with sharp, angular features, eyes that burn with a fierce, calculating intelligence. The forge around him bustles with a diabolical activity. Demonic creatures and damned souls labor endlessly, forging weapons and war machines amidst roaring flames and billowing smoke. The air is filled with the clangor of hammers and the groans of the damned, a symphony of chaos and industry. Bell's gaze sweeps over his forge, his expression one of ruthless ambition and unyielding command. Flames dance around his throne, casting flickering shadows across his form, enhancing his terrifying demeanor. Despite his fall from grace, he exudes an aura of undeniable authority and power, a lord of hell in his own right. He looks down at you, and he nods at the female companion, who kind of saunters up toward you, kind of in a very feminine type of way, and goes right up to you and looks right at Ruckus, just uncomfortably close, as if she's looking with her beady red eyes. She's glaring into your very soul.
Female, there's no such thing as uncomfortably close as far as
Yeah,
Ruckus is concerned.
that's what I was thinking.
Oh, she likes me.
And as she stands there, her face unchanging, she reaches her hand out to the side where she's handed your invitation, your introduction, and she looks at it. She pauses and she looks at you. She looks to the person next to her. It looks deep into your eyes, the dwarven eyes, and looks like she's wondering of an answer she has not yet asked. Oh, she has the writ in one hand as she looks, and she has in her other hand a coin that she just flips through her fingers much more dexterously than I can. She runs it through her fingers back and forth as she weighs the intruders to Bell's forge. She does this to each of you, sizing you up, taking your measure.
Christiana would be doing the same to her. They're like sizing her up.
And
Well, Ruckus is definitely looking her over.
Well, in a different way. Absolutely.
so when she gets to Christiana, she takes note of the scars up and down your arms, and you can almost sense an air of approval, like she's relating to you in this way. Yeah, her body also full of scars, and to the extent you can tell. So she eventually hands takes the introduction to Belle, and reaches up to Belle, because she's humanoid, normal size, whereas Belle is a large creature sitting on this throne that's floating over the floor of this forge.
She can't float?
Well, she's not floating at this time. There's no indication yet that whether she can or cannot float. She simply
Would you like to find out? No.
and perhaps it's a matter of reverence that she doesn't fly above or get on the equal level of. Maybe Belle has his little dog. Yes, she has a little dog. Yes, our Tinkle Bella.
Tinkle Bella.
Nice.
And so Belle takes the introduction and reads it over and starts to and looks down at you and says, "Why do you come to my forge?"
Why did we come to his forge?
He's supposed to help.
We think by aligning with him that we could get the sword, right?
So, I think we talked about this before, and maybe I'm just a little bit in my own idea here, but
You guys postulate why. Get rid
the
of the dog.
he doesn't like Tiamat, Ariel,
Zariel.
Zariel. So, the idea being that we can conspire to enlist him to make her look bad to Asmodeus, maybe
Here's
get his
what
job back.
Here's what I think we should tell him, which I think may be compelling, is we are here because we would like to betray Zariel. I mean, you have the mark as Ariel, right?
Yeah.
So like that carries some weight. It's a little bit more compelling than like, you know.
We got to be careful because, you know, she is his boss, right?
He was deposed by Zariel.
Right.
Now,
Well, by his
point, I
motives.
guess above the table, point of clarification. Does Bell work with or under Zariel, or are they feuding for?
What you've gleaned from Ralzala is that he is a second in command, a military genius. That Zariel is the Archduke of Avernus, the
Right.
leader, queen of. But there are 9 hells. And over all of the hells is a being called Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus. Asmodeus has placed him as second to Zariel. Zariel did displace Bel. Zariel did also displace Tiamat. Both Tiamat and Bel at one time or another were the Archduke of Avernus. From your conversation with Ralzala, Bel's not happy with the situation, but won't outwardly oppose Zariel. These things you know.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess a good way of putting this is, we understand that, and okay, this is above the table, but figure out what we're going to say about Bell. We understand that you cannot move publicly against Zariel, but we can do that for you.
You?
That's going to be the answer, and then we have to convince him that, we're strong enough. Here's our plan.
Right.
Here's what we need from you, and if we have your help, we can make this happen.
So yeah, I think it's 80% what I was thinking. I guess the theory I had was we convinced Bell to, if we help him overthrow Zariel, then he'd release Elturel as compensation for our.
So
Putting
maybe
him back in power.
maybe that's another point of clarification. We don't really know what the end game is with releasing Elturel, right? Like we were told that getting the sword would help defeat Zariel, but we don't really know the mechanism for releasing
The city.
Elturel, right?
Right.
We just assume that if we do these things, something is going to fall into place and it's going to happen, right?
I wonder if he knows.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, maybe that we can weave that in there. Yeah.
Any other theories to put on the table?
No,
So
sounds pretty solid.
we want to tell him we're seeking to save the city of Elturel, which is being dragged down into hell, and we believe we can do this by defeating Zariel.
Helping him to defeat.
You have to lead with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to help you defeat Zariel.
We can help you. Oh, and by the way, it'll help us.
Okay.
And if he asks our bona fides, we've killed 2 Balrogs and a master of cruelty.
Help me help you.
That's right.
And that was just yesterday.
Nice.
So we're seeking to take down Zariel. We know that would benefit you as well, although maybe you can't move against her publicly. We were told you could help us with obtaining the sword of Zariel. And
All we ask in return.
Just one little thing.
All we ask in return is that the city be spared.
Be more specific
And
than
Released to back to the world.
released back
Yeah.
to the mortal plane with us in it.
Back to where it was.
With us in it, ideally.
Gotta be specific with devils.
Yeah.
They love their details.
And we were told you were
I wanted to see.
you were the one with the power and the knowledge that could.
I know you think
Let's
we're
do
gonna
this.
die, but what are your
We're
thoughts?
gonna die.
And
Ken, what are your thoughts?
Oh,
It's a pathetic argument.
Wait, Ruckus is mid monologue.
I'm sorry,
that's
I
all
thought
right.
we had already went over it, but I think he was refining his details. Sorry.
I just sort of
Recapping.
well,
Bouncing the idea.
hitting the points of
we do have to be
that-
very specific with what we say. I think it's kind of like the wish. Like, you got to make sure you think of the ramifications. Like, you're right. If we say, "Hey, just stick the city back," they could stick it in the middle of the ocean.
safely back into the mortal plane. Include
Yes.
that adjective.
With everyone that belongs in the city going with it.
And none that aren't.
And us, yeah. No hitchhikers.
Yep.
Except for us.
Yes.
So as you're going through your monologue, as you're trying to
And-
explain all these things to the
Yeah, and to Noel's point too. And while at first glance we might look like a little ragtag bunch, you should know.
as you do this, you're nervous.
Mhm.
All right, it's hot. Fire giants, devils everywhere. Not to mention
Devil Lord with a skull
This-
between his legs.
female devil that is uncomfortably in your personal space, giving you any hint of dishonesty is quickly abandoned.
Yeah, I don't think we're being.
No,
dishonest.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. And so far, I've heard nothing dishonest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
But we
I,
feel that intensity.
yeah. A little description of this. So you might hear Belle refer to her as Lacey. So this female devil embodies a striking yet unsettling combination of attributes. Her appearance is ragged and demonic, yet there is an undeniable allure to her. She possesses sharp, angular features that hint at her malevolent nature. Her skin is a deep, fiery red, textured with scales and shimmer like smoldering coals. Her eyes are piercing and hypnotic, glowing with an inner fire. Horns curve elegantly from her forehead, adding to her imposing demeanor. Her attire is tattered and worn, suggesting centuries of existence in some. And then she rolls a 1 on her dexterity as she drops her coin. There's existence in some infernal realm. It clings to her in a way that accentuates her sinuous, powerful form, combining an aura of danger with a seductive quality. Her movements are both graceful and predatory.
Christian is here for the power. Ruckus is here for the.
Like a creature perfectly adapted to a world of eternal strife and temptation. Despite her ragged and demonic appearance, there's an unsettling charisma about her, a kind of dark magnetism that is both captivating and disconcerting.
I dig it.
She is the epitome of forbidden allure,
Ruckus is definitely.
Incubus.
representing a dangerous temptation that is as compelling as it is threatening.
Cristiano will look to Ruckus and pull out the handcuffs and be like, "Do we? Do
Can I borrow those?
Do you know hold you back?"
Give her a blanket to put around his waist. Yeah.
Are they fuzzy?
So as you give your explanation, Belle responds and said,
No?
"There are three problems.
Only 3. We're doing well.
So, you need the sword. You seek the sword in hopes to either destroy Zariel or convert her. Are you aware of what the sword represents?
Wait, so they get to defeat her, or what was the second one?
Or convert her, to turn her from her?
Oh, okay.
Do you know what the sword represents?
No.
Sounds like you do, though.
The sword is the great weapon of angelic purposes. It represents her the divine nature that she has turned her back on. It can either be a weapon used against her or a symbol to remind her of who she once was. How you use that sword would be up to you. But in any case, Zariel is the lone person that would have the ability to free Alteral. Now let's talk Alteral. Your city has two problems. First, the infernal chains that are dragging it toward the river. Those chains pull it ever closer. You have 7 sessions left. By the time the city falls into the river, all the people there will be converted to devils, and her army will grow. But the chains are only part of your problem. You've certainly seen the great void in the sky above the city. Go back here. You go back to go back here. And we go back here.
Thank you.
Activate. If we look at the picture here, there is a black, voidish, celestial being, sun, moon, and he says, that is a fallen planetar. Now, I suspect that is beyond your comprehension. A fallen planetar is a celestial being. Think of a angel, but a titan angel, a giant angel. This particular giant angel, though, that once was shining brightly over the city of Beltrell, that was, if you know the lore, was protecting it from the vampires. But then their price came due, and that planetar is now what holds it in Avernus. So not only do you have to release the chains, but then you would also have to destroy the planetar.
It just keeps getting more complicated and more complicated.
Yeah.
If we were able to convert Zariel back to good, could she? Is that the right way to say it? Back to the light. Could she help us with those things?
Most certainly.
And do you have any power
I
over those things?
I have no power over. That is Zariel's planetar. It is not mine to control. And I would not outwardly oppose her. So, but in any case, you need the sword of Zariel. Before I tell you the location of the sword, what I would ask you, what is your most pressing concern?
Our most pressing concern would be to get the people of Elturel and ourselves back to the mortal plane.
Well,
Right? That's
Well, but that's the end game.
That's the right answer.
yeah,
Yes,
but
yeah, right.
get save the people, even if we couldn't save
It may not be the
city.
real answer, but that's the right answer.
I mean, if we put them all in
Real answer
on the
is-
back of a giant eagle and fly them home, okay, the hell with the city, and we want to save the people.
Yeah.
I've explained
The city's just a structure. It can stay here for all we care.
It's not a place; it's a people.
your people are doomed in 7 days.
Yes, that's what we're trying to stop.
So that is your pressure.
Time.
Right now, you have time is against you. Let's stop that.
Stop time.
Let's stop them. Let's stop those chains from being pulled.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And buy yourself some more time.
Okay. So what is pulling down the chains?
The infernal machines, the gearboxes at the base, which it looks at you. I doubt you could destroy.
So we need 4 ginormous monkey wrenches.
8.
8 ginormous monkey wrenches.
We've got 2 engineers with us. Christiana and Noah, basically engineers.
Those gearboxes have a mechanism that can be released. But the only way to release those mechanisms is through keys, adamantium rods. So, to release the chains from El Terrell, which should be your first objective, you need to obtain these adamantium rods that are the key to releasing the infernal gearbox.
Another task.
And
Surely
they're
enough.
available at every Ace Hardware.
Surely in a forge as magnificent as this, you have adamantium rods to spare, right?
It's good to ask.
Yeah.
Who's to say we can't make one, have one
Or,
made?
The specific keys that you need are lost to me. We have many metals. We have many weapons. But the exact key we do not have. There is a creature that would know this information. There's a creature.
Same creature.
We have one in our imprisonment that we are interrogating. You could interrogate this creature and perhaps learn the location of these keys. Do that, and you'll buy yourself the time you need to pursue the sword and perhaps save yourself and save your city.
Okay. So who?
What type of creature is this? Are we to interrogate?
The creature's called a Sibriex. It is a gigantic mass of living flesh.
Aren't we all?
Like bags of mostly
Some less
water.
gigantic than others.
Ew.
We have it chained and imprisoned. Lacey will take you to it. Perhaps you can interrogate it and get you the information, get the location of these keys that you require.
If we could do that, then we gotta go get the keys. Then we dive in.
Do you have a problem, dwarf?
Talking to myself.
In my head.
And as you become disturbed, Lacey just starts to stroke your hair and down your beard. And she said,
I see it.
"Calm yourself, dwarf."
Easy for you to say.
Delightful.
Okay. So. Intimidation? Are you?
I'm good at intimidation.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and intimidate him?
Seriously?
No,
No,
the interrogate the prisoner.
So we're done with this conversation.
Intimidation time? Intimidate? Are we intimidating Bell? Now, now's when we
Yeah.
intimidate Bell?
Anything else we wanted to ask him before we go? Sorry, I jumped ahead.
No, you're fine. I got a +6 on intimidation. I'm all for that.
I
So
got,
why?
thum- I
So
got
we get-
thaumaturgy on there. I'm
too.
pretty sure it'd take like a 40 or 50 to intimidate Bell.
No. So anything else we want to?
Okay, so it's the key to stop the gearbox, the sword.
And
Rods.
then you said you could tell us where the sword is.
Mm-hmm.
Can you lend us any assistance in obtaining it, other than its location?
I cannot. No, he won't
Okay.
do that because that's too openly opposing her.
Okay.
We still need to know where.
If you have soul coins, those would be handy.
And he'll say, "With Lacey as your companion, you will have no need for soul coins."
Okay.
We have a new companion.
Well,
Welcome to the Bank of Soul.
Sort of.
Make as many withdrawals as you like.
Hello, succubus nurse.
Yeah. All right.
Right
So I
on.
guess
I'm half shark. I'm into it.
we're on our way to question this Sibriex.
Lacey, take him to the Sibriex. And she just nods, "Yes, my lord." And she starts to walk away, and she grabs.
I was gonna say Ruckus would try to be like,
Upper arm?
give her an elbow. Yeah.
I always get in the wrong screen. Yeah. I honestly didn't think you'd be that attractive in this picture. It's a pleasant fish, okay? I was all
is Ruckus?
I was all in the
This is
mindset of
Ruckus
like,
we're talking about.
oh, this is I can change my shape to make it more appealing, but you seem completely content with this, so
It's been hell.
It's been a long time.
You haven't
Yeah.
seen a woman this alluring in a long time.
Besides Christiana, who
I should say female.
Yeah.
So she starts to move away and reaches for the beard of one of the devils that's right next to her. But then you take her by, you put her arm in yours, and she looks and she stops and she looks at you, and she not very expressionate person. She looks at you and with her eyes, and she bears and she. And there's a talon at the end of her finger, and she scratches you across your arm. Now, this isn't, she's not slitting your wrist, but she is drawing blood. And she takes it, and with your blood on her talon, she reaches into the air in front of her, and she just tears a seam into the fabric of reality. And parts the drapes, this fabric separates, and she steps through, pulling you with her,
Leaving the rest of us behind?
leaving the rest of you to follow.
Okay. Well, we've seen this
Well, that's
carrying
better. Let's
fabric
go.
of space before.
we
so-
have.
Yeah.
When?
When we went to cross the river and we went to that, I can't remember what it was.
Oh, you mean when we went through the portal?
No. What did we?
Here or a different adventure you're talking about?
No, just before this. We went across.
Oh,
the
with,
river.
with Kroll.
Yeah.
When Kroll took you over to, yeah, maybe it's the same
To
spell.
get to his boss, he
Yeah.
opened a fabric.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we stepped through.
But whatever he did was same result, but to get to that result, she uses some sort of blood magic,
Okay. It's a little different.
which Ruckus. I mean, now Ruckus has a little scratch on his arm, and it's not.
It's going to be a scar. If it's blood magic, it doesn't heal up all pretty like.
Yeah, she was going to use the bearded devil, but you volunteered yourself.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so you find yourself stepping onto a metal grid, and with you, behind you, is this monocolor. And as soon as you come through, as monocolor as the unicorn steps on, she does not like the monocolor. Does not like this graded, and she instantly uses a misty step to get off of this platform. This platform is some sort of structure, some sort of, dare I say, cage. It wouldn't be quite right, but it's some sort of contraption that is binding this this large, massive creature. Do I have a picture of a Sibriex?
There's some online.
Please don't show it. It's disgusting.
It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
There's one. Basically, a large brain. But this particular brain, again, wrong screen, over here.
Face with several pustules.
Right. So picture that picture before is under this contraption, this bracket, this brain. You have these around the outside. You have these chain devils they're doing their mechanizations to control the chains that are binding this creature. Let me read the actual description. Spiky chains lash a 15-foot diameter floating blob of quivering flesh to a 20-foot tall wrought iron scaffold. That's what you're standing on. Two fiends wrapped in chains stand atop the scaffolds, torturing the bloated creature's flesh by tightening its chains. I put 4. Demon ichor oozes from its wounds, forming a shallow pool around the scaffolding. A third jackal-headed fiend is using a bronze staff and is sitting on this platform as it's seeming to channel its psychic energy toward this creature as it sits cross-legged on the scaffolding. And I have a picture of this kind of a Egyptian-looking type thing. Again, the wrong screen. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it looks something like that. As he is trying to use his psychic energy to interrogate this creature. Lacey looks at the creature and touches him on the shoulder. Says, "Fetch Tatter, fetch Tatter. I have brought you assistance. Bell has a request of you." And he kind of takes a moment to gather his mind about you, and about himself, and he squints and looks at her and says, "What would the Lord have of me?" And she explains, "These people have questions for the Sibriex." And he looks at her and looks back at you guys and gives kind of a half smile. "Very well, then." She steps back. Lacey steps back, and you're confronted with Fetch Tatter. And he looks at you and says, "You commune with the creature through your psychic abilities. If you want to get answers from the creature, you must trap it within its own mind. If you can trap the creature within its own mind, you will get he may give you answers you seek. Join with me if you dare. I warn you, though, failure can be quite painful."
So this would be something for someone who has good wisdom, intelligence.
Join with me now. We have an activity to do.
All of us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This didn't go badly the last time.
And
we did
is
it.
it went
You
great.
You, Ruckus, from an outworldly experience, some deja vu, you recognize. You enter this dream state, a darkish brown void with a cell in the middle. with a creature.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I get it.
very simple.
We're gonna play a little game.
You're going to play a little game.
Yeah.
It was like a big game.
So, a variation of, at the top of the screen, you have 3 tiles. Those tiles connect to the paths of the Sibriex cell. Your goal is to cut off all the paths. You cut off all the paths, you succeed, and he will give you some amount of information. You fail, you're going to each take 20 points of psychic damage for each loose end.
Okay.
So, as
So
a
You
deja,
have to get it to like collide with itself.
so
Kind of thing.
for
Yep.
example, Glenn, we'll start with Ruckus, since
Okay.
he seems to have a sense of how this might be done.
One of those 3.
You can choose one of these 3.
Okay. I want the one that looks like an H
Yes,
and put it on top of, like, to the north of that, on both paths. Yep.
like that.
Yep.
And then we would go just around the table.
So if this is like the card game, there's, like you said, we're going to want to either connect the paths themselves or there'll be some dead ends.
And those go into place just as is, no rotating or anything.
You can rotate them
can.
orthogonally, if that's the right way to say that.
90 degrees.
90 degrees turns. So, for example, this one.
Okay, but we can't just leave a.
It can be turned like this, right? Or like this.
But you can't just like stick that on top of the H and cut off that
You
path.
cannot do this. This is not a legal spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and those, like the one on the right, I'm assuming that path goes off the edge of the card. It's not a dead end.
Yeah.
What?
The one on the
The
far
one on the right,
far
This one?
pull that one away from the pile.
Why?
Because I want to show that it goes off the edge of the card.
Stick
right?
that one onto the right side of the room.
Like this one?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we move them?
No. Once they're placed, they're placed.
You're 100% sure that's the place you want to go?
No. Put it on top.
Up here?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Noel.
I can't see that with.
It's an L shape.
It's just an L. Okay, I thought there was like a.
I'm not sure I understand the game.
Yeah, so take that one and put it on.
It's like that puzzle we did a few
The
weeks back.
piece at the top
Don't remember
and turn it orthogonally 90 degrees
the details
So
of that.
clockwise.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
gray.
No,
So the gray
yeah.
paths. We're trying to get them all
Close
to a
up.
No,
dead end
all
or
up to
or
the
to
side,
loop into
on the side.
themselves.
There you go.
Yeah.
So now
Ken, which one would you like?
we've closed off one.
1,
path.
2, or 3?
Oh,
Yeah, well, you can do it yourself if you want.
oh, I could, couldn't I? Okay.
This will take a while.
That's all right.
Maybe I can't because it won't let me select.
Oh,
That piece
yeah.
to there, as it is.
Okay. Yeah, I probably need to give permission to every single one of these tokens, which I chose not to
Yeah,
do.
that sounds like a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right.
Think of it like plumbing, and we don't want the water to get out.
Leonard,
Larry.
you're up.
Yeah, and you kind of want to bring them together because there's synergies like this one here. If you had it right, At best, you could connect two things into one. At worst, you're turning one thing to two. Right?
Like we could stem the flow of one of them
Right.
with it now,
Like,
how we have it laid out.
Yeah, you could
The
take
one-
that one and put it in the side, and it
Yep.
would.
just like that.
Consolidate 2 down to 1. That's
Yeah,
good.
good
Yep.
call.
What about that one that's on the right side? There's 2 spots. Is that like dead end caps or something? What is that?
I think it's just another card on the
Yeah.
pile.
they're just
Oh,
over.
okay.
Yeah, so if you want like this, I can move it around a little bit so you can see what it is.
All right.
There's cards behind it. Yeah, I had to stack these
Sure,
manually.
Sure. It was natural
Okay,
to
so
me,
Christian, you're up.
Christian, you're up.
Let's take the U and put it on the bottom.
There you go.
Close that all off.
Cool.
So now we're down to 3 openings.
Ooh, a dead end. Should I kill one of them?
Yeah, you have 3 loose ends at this point.
Yeah.
Those 3 have to come together.
Or well, no,
Or-
is
well,
that's
here,
a,
shut 'em
that's a
off.
dead end.
Right here's a
Oh,
dead end.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So another point of clarification, as I zoom in on this, notice there's 3 of this specific tile. Right? There should be 3 of these in the stack somewhere. As
Right.
opposed to many of these, there's only 2. So there's a handful, I don't know how many exactly, I don't remember. There's a group of dead ends. Each of the dead ends, there's usually 3 of them. Right? There's something like 70 tiles.
We've already closed off one, so
So-
we only need 3.
let's stick that on the top.
All right.
Not bad. is
They,
it?
they consider this a dead end. There's probably 3 of this, but notice it's not really a
It's
dead end.
Got a T going in it.
And we're to us.
Yeah, we'll take the center and place that on the under the lower one.
This one?
Yeah.
My turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take the rightmost one and spin it 90 and put it on the right opening.
Yeah, I was
And get it
thinking
aimed
about
down so that they're
Turn
bringing
it.
to.
Yeah, so maybe we can
Put it
yeah,
on the
then-
side.
Yeah.
Then
So
we
we
might have a
bring it
chance to
around.
hook them together.
That's, yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
only listening to you, though.
Yeah, strictly a suggestion.
Yeah, I think that's the right play. Take that far right one and bring it down, turn it around 180 degrees. Oh no, turn that one 90 degrees. Yeah.
Ken?
Okay. I think just to make sure I'm looking at this right, this one is kind of like an F shape. This is a T, and this is kind of a dead end one with the 2 off the side. So someone's gonna have to fix this mess, but I think the best thing to do is take number 3 and stick it as it is onto this guy.
All right, Leonard, you're up.
I don't like any of those.
Is that middle one kind of a cross?
This one
It's
is,
a
yeah.
T shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was sure I was going to get a 90, I'd put the number 1
turn it 90 degrees and put it on the end of down there in the bottom.
Here?
But that's no, the other side.
Here.
Well, towards the.
Oh, here.
Yeah. But I haven't seen a 90 come up.
Yeah, and they take more space than you think.
The only one we've gotten had another branch off of it, kind of like the T shape. That's there. That has 90 in it, but it has extra.
Yeah, you could put the end piece right where you said mark, and then the T could go next to that.
I'd
Still
put-
leaves two.
I
no matter what you do, you
would
can have
I
multiple.
would put it on the other side. Buy a little time, see what's under it.
Yeah.
So you want to put this one here?
Yeah. Turn it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's dead end under it.
Actually, that's going to be difficult because now you got to tie that in. You got to come all the way around.
Christian?
Let's see.
Or dead end.
Oh, there it is.
Let's see. Let's go. Let's see, will that work?
Oh.
If we put, let's see. Duh. There's a.
1, 2, or 3.
Right, I know.
4.
No, Dave, when the one with the bend to the dead end, you said there was 3 of them. 3 of exactly that, or just 3 dead ends?
3 of exactly that.
Of exactly that. Okay.
Of that tile, there should be
Okay.
2 more.
So there are more than 3 dead ends in the stack, but
That's the second one right there.
we don't know where they are.
Like this one is a different style,
But
but there's 3 of that.
It's longer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
If I set it up correctly. I played this twice myself. I lost once. I won once.
Let's put the cross at the bottom right and see if, I'm assuming it looks like it will line up.
It will line
it'll
up.
Okay. Yeah. And then
Oh, cool.
you can close off one of them and get us back down to 2.
All right, Glenn.
Is this
So that one,
Oh, no. That's a lowercase t now.
yeah. So those are both looking like they're going to add more paths.
Temporarily.
So let's the number 1. Let's just
You said
stick it
20?
on the bottom left. Yeah, and just end that one.
Is it 20 points of psychic damage?
Per loose end, each.
So if we run out of cards and there's
Might as
still
well
If
take
we're
it now.
unsuccessful, right?
If you're unsuccessful.
Yeah, okay.
So right now, if you were out of cards, you'd each be taking 40 psychic damage. We'd reset the game.
Well, we'll reset the game.
Well, you would have lost.
You played away.
Oh, we have to go till we win.
You don't. There's no
or-
secrets unless you win
Or-
or die.
Or die.
Then we learn the greatest secret of all.
Yeah, right.
Now let's take number 3. Let's turn it 90 degrees clockwise.
This one.
Yeah. And stick it on the end. Turn it, 90 clockwise.
All right. So.
Yep.
Like this.
Yep.
Maybe. No.
Oops.
Well, I think we have to go with the straightaway right there.
This one.
On the right one. Yeah. That's what,
3 on the bottom, on the right.
Hold on.
that's what I would have done as well.
It doesn't create more.
Here.
you know,
Yeah.
Because there's a dead end on it. We can cap it off. But now we have 3 choices.
Did I know what?
What?
Which
The
one did
leftmost piece.
Leftmost piece is dead end.
well, that was Null's turn, right?
Yep.
So
Ken.
Ken.
Ken?
Oh,
Uh, I think I'll take number 2, rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees, and then stick it here. Or actually, sorry, not rotate counterclockwise. I wanted it like that. Sorry. Nope,
Okay.
I like back the way it was. There you go.
Good.
We still have 3 loose ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can cap one off now if you'd like, and then
It's your turn, Leonard. You can cap one if you want.
no, we've got 2 next to each other. We just need to figure out how to close them. There's got to be a There's U-shaped tiles. We just have to stall until it keep the game going until we get the right tile that closes it.
Well, take number 1. Cap off at least one of those things. That one.
Which one?
The one on the end.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Getting close.
Fish too.
We are, but none of these are
How do you want to
good.
play this?
Yeah, none of these are good.
What the what? Okay then. Well, let's see. That's not very helpful. That's not very helpful. Well, what do we think? Take the easy path and cap one of the 2, or do we need to build out a little more?
Don't know that it matters much.
It honestly doesn't really matter that much. We're going to end up with 2 at the end of it, no matter what we do.
Okay.
Well, no. If he caps
You
one,
cap
you'll only have
off
one.
but then
And you don't know what's behind it.
yeah,
That's true. Yeah,
It could be another. Yeah.
that's
If
true.
it's another cap, game over.
Yeah.
If it goes the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then we're gonna end up
With
multiplying
with 2
again.
again. Yeah.
All right, I will take number 1. I will take the cap. Rotate it 90.
Left or right?
Left.
Okay.
Ah.
Good
Yes.
call.
Is it?
That was important.
Yeah.
Yes, because if he picked the other one, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Go me.
Say
Yeah,
say
I'm
Cap
yours.
off the last opening. Yeah. Yeah. If you had put it on the other one, that one wouldn't work.
All right.
Nice 50-50 call.
So the name of this game is called Banditos, and I told you probably know the story. Half of my work group is in Brazil. My boss is in Brazil. They came for a visit in September. In advance of that visit, they said, "Hey Dave, what can we bring you from Brazil?" So I looked up, fresh out of Gen Con, I looked up what's the most popular board game in Brazil. And the name of that game is Banditos. Bandits. Banditos. And I told the ladies, I would like this game. It's $15. It's $15, right? And they go, what? What's Bandito? I've never heard of it. I said, it's the #1 board game in Brazil. And I gave him a screenshot of the hat. I said, oh, okay, never heard of it.
One of my coworkers is Brazilian. I'll have to ask.
Yeah,
him.
Banditos. And so they brought it, and it's fun. And so I got it, and we took it to the cabin. We played it a little at the cabin. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you're familiar with it.
I actually asked for it,
Oh, you did too. Okay.
and I've actually asked for it for Christmas.
Oh, nice. Okay, I forgot about you two. I knew we pulled it at Thanksgiving, and it was a fun icebreaker. You know, people are sitting around, just cards on the table, no big deal. So, but the success rate isn't this good.
Yeah.
So you got a little lucky. So with the selection of the, and actually this, as I saw this, I said, oh crap, this isn't how I set it. Today when I was doing it, I gave myself 4 piles. So had you not been successful, you would have each gotten the damage, and I would have added another pile and up the damage because it should be easier. But
And
you
did you randomize the cards too? Or just sort of,
as much as I could, right? I didn't put any thought to how I just kind of put them in piles, trying to be not giving much thought to it, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that is Banditos. That is the game. And as you put the last crest, and you seal up all these mental facilities so that he can his mind tightens and focuses and seems to open to an inquiry.
Right, what are we going to ask?
where are the keys for the infernal machines that are pulling down Elturel?
And so a series of images flash through your head of clockwork creatures, polyhedrons with legs and arms, a stamp, a logo, if you would, of the letters E and K on top of a lightning bolt. Panning out a little bit, you see these creatures are buzzing around the interior of some ship. Backing out further, you see that ship is the wrecked flying fortress.
Son of a... At least we've been there
Told ya.
before. We've been
Told-
there.
We've been
Go
there.
back.
We can tell there. Yeah.
So I can teleport us there.
I thought you were about to say.
Oh, the wrecked flag fort.
Yeah,
Okay.
way
we
down at the bottom of
skipped.
the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was smiling the whole time.
I was expecting you to say it was.
We
the
would have been
and
like,
if we
what the
found
heck are
submarine
these
or-
rocks?
Yeah, we found some rocks
Oh, your
with some
submarine?
bumps on them. We
Yeah,
would have
like
been
a
like,
callback.
You know, I guess in my fantasy world, all of the technology is somewhat similar, right? The alien,
I mean, it's like all alien tech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then just before he releases, he says, you get the sense of save me.
well, I don't, you know.
Save him from
Well, he's being
He's
tortured,
chained up.
but Bell
we can't cross
is
Bell.
is the one
Yeah.
holding him here, torturing him for whatever reason. So we don't. Yeah.
Help me could be put me out of my misery.
Also,
Still-
again,
But the images that flash through your head are like the chain devils with the chains wrapped around their necks and cinched.
Yeah.
EK. Right?
EK. A brand, some sort of branding.
Burger King.
EE.
E.
Edward King. Edward
King Edward.
Kite. So you come out of your trance, and that went way too easy. As we're back here, we'll activate the screen again.
you want us to play it again just to prove?
No, I mean that was enough
What was
time.
that guy's name? Featherjack? Featherjack?
Food what?
Fatterjack?
Who's that?
Fetch
Fetch
chatter.
chatter.
Fetch
Oh,
chatter.
Fetch Tatter. He's like, you guys are done already?
We're not just anybody.
And then he looks at you and says, "So you're done then."
I think we got our answer.
Yeah.
Be gone so I can get back to my work.
Back to the fortress.
So,
Gonna save her?
Yeah.
Lacey steps up and says, "So, what did you learn?"
We believe we know the location of the keys to shut down the infernal machines. You want to come with us?
And where would you like me to take you?
Ooh.
As she grabs your
Oh.
arm,
Oh.
pulls your forearm toward her,
Oh.
and she lightly tickles your
Yeah.
flesh
Well,
with one of her
I
talons.
guess that makes it easier to get there if you can.
Take us to the flying fortress, the wreck of the flying fortress.
And then she lets go and she grabs your arm.
No, what is it?
You spoke up. Yes, my friend.
She's been through.
What's that, Fetch Tanner? You want to do it?
My sister in scars.
She's very familiar with blood magic, so yeah.
And she rips open one of your scars and lifts it up in the air and just drags a line through the air in front of her, slicing the air of reality, pulling it open. I believe this is where you want to go. And you step forward into...
And is she coming with us?
Yes, well, she pulls her through the veil,
Okay.
right, and leaves it open for the rest of you to follow. And just before it closes, monocolor, Misty steps again right through it.
I kind of imagine. So she goes through first, drags Christiana, and it's one of those like side views, and Christiana's arm like goes back out and like grabs Ruckus and like drags him through.
Help me.
No, it's more like, this was your idea, asshole. Come
Right,
on.
I'm not going alone. He's just like,
Swell.
A towering wreck rises from the scorched hellscape. It looks like a giant sword blade tilted at 20-degree angle and partly buried underground. Much of its exposed hull is rusted and torn asunder. Hot wind screams as it tears through the hollow structure, and 6 giant vultures circle high above it. Yeah, sounds kind of like that.
Thanks, Ken.
I believe
And
the
young-
vultures are why we decided to not go there last time.
And a young girl in white robes comes sliding down the side of the sand dune on a piece of scrap metal.
I am not seeing anything. I just have a blank screen with a bunch of tokens.
Oh, that's not fun.
Have you activated? Yeah, you did.
Go on, come back.
As you're looking at it in Foundry on through Google.
Yeah, if it's not gonna be critical, I can just pull a Discord up onto full screen.
So your choice, right? Get out and get back in. I'm sharing. I've activated the screen. Right, guys, you can all see it.
All right, yeah, I'll pop out and pop back in. See if that helps.
So you stand before this wrecked flying fortress. You can see that there seems to be 3 levels that could be accessed to the ship. A lower level that you can just walk right into, a medium level, and a higher level.
And we all had that vision of the EK lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, yeah.
Do we see
Section
that
E
symbol
level
anywhere?
K.
From where you stand right now, you see
Elsewhere
the
keys.
you see the birds, but what you also see are snail-like creatures on the hull of this machine.
How big?
They are large creatures. So large is usually 10 by 10, right?
So are they snails or humanoid snails?
Are they flails now?
Never talked about it.
Fly snails.
That would be important to understand.
Would they make good escargot?
Or just deadly?
Not if they eat
I
you first.
have a feeling.
No, those don't look friendly.
What?
You never
What are you
know.
talking about? It's a giant, creepy-looking sluggish thing that I'm sure won't hurt
Undead
us.
snails?
Yeah, lay down in front of it and see what that slime does to you.
Okay, so
Give it a hug.
we will
Is
give them a wide
Christiana
berth.
familiar with these snails? Is it in her
No.
book of monsters?
Wow.
Why don't you go put your hands
Not likely. I mean, we could roll for you want, but
Sure.
sure. Let's go on the fate chart. Why not?
Oh, do you want me to roll?
No, we'll do fate chart.
No, but
Fate
I,
chart says no way in
but I
hell.
can't use my plus 10 advantage nature roll. So
You can, but he's gonna make it a 30.
No, I'll make it a 28. You want to do it?
Yeah,
Go for it.
fair.
I'm gonna laugh.
29.
Very good. So, you're thinking through your monster manuals, your vast studying you've done, and this particular creature was never in any of the typical books. It was actually found in a religious tome, right? In a depiction of hell, right? And something in the back of your mind remembered that in this hellish landscape, this hellish structure, on the side of the structure was this a similar snail consisting with shell made up of entirely bones. And what you remember was that killing these, they're generally somewhat docile. They're not aggressive, from what you've learned. But you remember that if one were to be killed, they would let out a blood-curdling scream.
That would probably hurt.
Well, it would hurt and it would attract predators from all around. So if you want to do that type of thing, right? Maybe there's an instance where you want something like that to happen.
Maybe cast silence first. if yeah. So
Well, why kill one then?
right. So Christian would basically explain like,
We don't need to kill
we
them.
don't need to kill them. They're pretty they look kind of scary. As long as we don't mess with them, they won't mess with us.
That's right.
Nice. Good to know.
That was
clutch.
Yeah.
That was hugely
Well,
clutch.
I used all my good rolls now, so you know.
I was leaning towards leaving me anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
good to know.
So as you're standing in front of this alien structure, you see the large vultures, but then you see something smaller, flying from one level to another.
Inside the
No,
ship?
outside.
Oh, okay.
Like going from the second level, trying to gain
Like a
altitude.
bat
I guess-
size?
So I'm imagining like the ship is kind of cut, and we're like seeing.
Yeah, so it's hard to depict that, right?
Yeah.
So imagine it's like into the ground like this, right? That's
Partially buried.
Yeah. So I this is the bottom. This is the top up in the air, right?
Right.
Bottom is upper left. Up in the air is lower right, right? And you got these levels. As you look up, and you can see those different levels, kind of flying out of the second level, up, flitting toward the higher level.
Okay, so how might the ship have been oriented when it was flying?
So I envision it's flying like this.
Yeah.
It has multiple
No,
decks.
And then it.
no, actually, I think it was flying I think it was more like a blade.
That's why I was wondering.
I think it was a blade because it has levels like this.
Yeah.
And then it went like that into the
Okay.
ground.
So it didn't. Yeah, it didn't nosedive into the ground.
No.
It was already in that orientation when it was flying.
Yeah, it just kind of
Okay.
like so it flies like the Thor or Superman spaceship, right? The kind of tall
Yeah.
ships.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I try.
Okay. And
Yeah.
these flying things are trying to get from one level to the
Yeah,
next.
and as you look, it seems less organic and more mechanical. This thing flying from one level.
These
to
might be the polyhedron that were mentioned.
and it's struggling to fly up, and as it's flying up, one of those vultures, Vrox, swoops down and attacks it, and that creature, as a reaction, like a turtle, twists itself into a base polyhedron shape and falls. It falls, bounces against the hull of the ship once, twice, and then just kind of sticks to it.
What did it roll?
I rolled whatever I wanted it to roll, so it worked.
Pass its
If
deck
it's
save.
a polyhedron.
What would you ask?
If it's a polyhedron shape,
Oh,
what numbers?
okay.
What numbers up?
I will say this particular one, I need to. Let's look at my pictures. Do I have them? This one? No. Where's
There's a
it been?
monodrone at the bottom.
Yeah, but I said a square.
It's a polyhedron.
Well, yeah, all right.
You said.
Do I not have one?
I don't see polyhedron.
Well, polyhedron would be non-spheres, but spheres are included.
Yeah.
So in this case, going back here, creatures, monsters, constructs, modrons. This is the one I was looking. Quadron.
It's mini.
Yeah.
No bow and arrow. So it basically twisted itself from a medium-sized creature into a cube about the size of this one.
Nice.
But as it fell and it hit the side of the hell, eventually it came to a surface that it would be flat against, and it stuck. I don't know. Can you see that cube?
We have such.
It's basically the
show.
size of a
Alright.
Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
Remind me, what would in the vision? What were the polyhedrons doing, or what did we see about them?
You saw them working around the ship.
We were working around the ship. Okay.
So
So okay, so that
We need
so
to
there's
decide.
one stuck to the side, and there's some other ones.
and that's
floating
way
around.
up there.
Okay.
Well,
right.
we need to decide what we're doing here, right? So we need the keys.
Right.
Looking
We
for the
need to find
keys,
them.
We need to
and
find them. So
Where
what?
are they?
What?
And EK is maybe EK lightning
Yeah,
bolt
like-
is somehow light.
Yeah, so what?
Clue
Yeah.
to it, maybe.
What clues do we have? Do we need to go? Are we going into the ship and just exploring and looking
Like
around?
different decks and there
I
might be
guess
EK
unless,
sections or something.
Hmm.
Unless Ken can talk to these little robots and
There's a timer on this because those vultures look hungry.
I'm
then
pretty
Yeah,
sure
I
I
was
can
gonna say,
only
let's
talk
get
to
into
Minnie.
cover.
I did not have a specific monodrone language. I don't think.
okay.
There's an entrance to the lowest level, some 100 feet in front of you.
Where was the monodrone? The quadrone.
Yeah, sure. Right here. I made it up, but it's somewhere up there.
Small ways.
But there's just a one hole to get inside.
Oh,
Okay, so-
I mean, at this level,
Yeah.
you could fly 100 feet up and maybe find a different access point. Or 200 feet up and find another access point.
Well,
There's probably stairs or gangways inside,
Yeah.
and we can just go in this. I
Some
mean,
bad stuff in there.
may as well start at the base and work our way up.
okay.
Or I could fly up, but then I'd be by myself.
And surrounded
Yeah,
by rocks.
Well, let's go inside.
And attracting dragons.
Bearded dragons.
Attracting dragons that kill dragons.
Dragon hunters.
Aren't you a dragon that kills dragons?
I have killed a couple.
Is
They all deserved it.
what's her face still with us? I
Yes. Yes. Yes.
really should learn her name.
Lazy.
Lacey,
You don't remember my name. Soon you will never
you're not gonna
forget
get
it.
lucky tonight.
Veronica. I mean, Kelsey. I mean,
She carved her
Laura.
name in my arm. I should know it.
Lucinda.
Candy.
Laura.
Mulva?
Lucy. Lacey.
Wednesday.
I remember it rhymed with a body part. All right. Vortex. So you come in and you see the interior of an alien-esque ship, and you see, what are these? Duodrones. kind of like ants carrying stuff to and from a central chamber of this floor. Of course, you can't see past. I mean, the walls, of course. But, and so, this duodrone walks to this grate, hands a box of something through it. Something grabs it from him, and it walks away empty-handed back from where it came.
Oh, we can't see down that.
You can't see inside this. This is a cylinder in the middle.
Gotcha.
But it's at floor level.
Yes. It's picture a room with a big cylinder, a elevator perhaps, a shaft.
Shaft.
Okay. And there's an opening in it that he's putting stuff through. Got it.
I'd sure remember that. Maybe there's something for us to grab onto.
Me?
Gloin.
Oh.
Isn't Gloin the only one that was on the rocket ship?
Maybe we should get closer to examine the duodrones. The drones.
Was it Gloin or was it your other character?
No, it was Gloin, because Gloin turned blue.
It was Gloin.
You would have familiarity with this then.
Yeah. There might be like things going up and down inside there, but you have to be careful. That's a long time ago. I don't.
We've been on many adventures since then. Yeah.
Many.
Yeah, truly.
Died.
And died.
Well, he died on that adventure.
You were saved by the alien technology.
That's why you turned blue.
You've died a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken.
It kind of explains
You're
your
welcome.
outlook on things.
I'm waiting for the rest of you to die.
I told you you were gonna die.
Donkey?
He is the donkey.
Oh, the real. Okay. He's
Yeah,
back.
Yeah,
in.
whatever.
Didn't I?
You left him somewhere.
Oh, I
Stable
left him
there.
at the village that we were all trying to save. and everything.
Somewhere in a village.
Fortitude.
Forgot about me.
Thank you for thinking of me.
Oh, Lord.
So that's what you see. You see a march of the Modrons as they seem to be moving supplies from one area to another.
No stairs.
Now, by supplies, does it seem like it's more like scrap? Like they're cleaning up the place?
You
or...
could go look.
Yeah,
You
sure.
see them carrying boxes. Tell me, Christiana, what do you do?
So she would like to know, like, are they... Does it look like they're repairing or like cleaning up? Like, are they carrying like scrap pieces, or is it like
He
nice,
said
neatly
boxes.
packaged?
So you see them carrying a crate, a box,
Interesting.
a milk carton, double side, a laundry basket, box, and you don't really see what's in it. Maybe there's even handles on either side as they're carrying it.
I'd walk up and I want to inspect one of them and look in the basket.
So
Paname's down the bottom.
Cristiano would go with.
so you get up and you don't get in their way, right? You maintain non-threatening stances, and so as the next one that comes around the corner with the box, it sees you, and you can see these things are quite expressive. It is obviously watching you and nervously walking to where it's supposed to deliver it. And you watch it walk by. Yeah.
And I just walk up and
A machine that has
and I
emotions.
inspect it. Does it have an
It might be
E and K on it
hesitating
with
because it's like, I'm not used to
does
having
it have
that
like a
beside me.
brand on it?
Yeah. So first of all, it's carrying this box. You look and there's random mechanical parts, maybe wires, maybe bolts, right, in the box.
Supply run.
And as you look for this symbol, you're looking at the parts don't carry it, but you can see on the back of the monodrone is the EK with the lightning bolt stamp, a sort of a brand.
Now I'll say, do you speak?
And it just you can see that kind of when you spoke, you drew its attention, but it knows you made a noise, but it doesn't really react. And he kind of looks back and forth, and he walks up to the hole in the wall, and he reaches his hands takes the box, sticks it through the hole. The box goes away, and
Do we see what happens? Does like the box just drop, or does it?
you see spindly little hands take over the holding of the box and starts to fly away
Up or down?
up.
Interesting. Okay. Look around the rest of the space. Up, just around us. Like it looks like there's what, a cylinder of
There's canister, yeah.
canisters and tanks and.
Are there any like cabinets, closets, anything that would be big enough to hold a adamantium rod?
So you start to search. So you take the time to thoroughly search this level. Yes?
Yes.
Why don't you each give me an investigation check?
And the rod,
Like,
room handle or like stick?
well, I guess you didn't ask that question, did you?
So we didn't have a vision of what they looked like.
No, he just said a key.
Okay.
Adamantium rods that would be keys.
Okay. So you said do a
Investigation.
7. So I don't know what adamantium looks like. So I think I would like. Does anybody know what this is? Is this anything that looks like a rod?
7.
I only rolled a 19.
Only a 19.
Okay, the die on my screen finally rolled. It says 17.
Ken conveniently
Olaf
has
is going to do something different
Olaf
than this.
conveniently has some adamantium on him. If you would like to show the group what adamantium looks like,
No, he doesn't.
your chain, your weapon,
Oh, is that adamantium?
it is.
I believe it was.
I didn't remember that.
I have it,
Sure.
I have it written down.
Nice.
Sweet. That's. I just had spiked chain +1.
Mm.
All right, it's kind of like this.
And so you look at the chain and you can see the overall hue, color of and smoothness of the metal to give you an idea that you would expect the rods to be of this color. Christian, what'd you get?
Should be lightweight.
4.
Nice and
Nice.
easy.
No, not
9.
really.
9.
Oh,
Okay, so you spend 10 minutes walking through the place. You find a number of containers, different shapes and sizes. This space, if there was anything of value, the Marauders would have picked it clean. This is generally open access, and so what you see are these pieces carried. Now those pieces are a variety of different metals, maybe some adamantium in there, but nothing that remotely resembles a key.
What's above us? We look up.
So Olak is
Yeah.
not really searching
Okay.
for the keys. Since there's a lot of duo drones around, he's looking for anything that he can use to build a new mini, and sticking that into the portable hole that he
So,
is borrowing from whoever has it.
oh yeah, I mean, you follow.
That's his focus. He doesn't care about the keys right now.
Did you save the pieces, crushed whatever was left of your monodrome?
He didn't.
I only have the wand. Everything else disintegrated.
Yeah, there wasn't anything
Okay.
left.
Yeah. So you follow the monodrones, right? That's what these are, aren't they? Duo drones back to the sources where they're gathering stuff. A nice example is on this right-hand side. There's a pile of rubble. This pile of rubble has all sorts of scrap metal, wires. Basically, you are giddy. As much as turned on as Ruckus is with the creepy girl, you are turned on with this pile of
Yeah,
refuse.
this is the stuff.
Ruckus
The
has a
good
type.
stuff.
But now,
Female.
not to mention these Coolio Modrons that are exactly like what Minnie was.
Yes. Yes. If I run across a quadrone, I have a plan.
So
That's
it-
probably not going to work.
does
I'm
it
going
involve-
to try something.
Does it involve kidnapping?
Maybe.
well, that was sort of my question to Olak was, can you talk to these things or hijack
I
one?
could only talk to Minnie, and then Minnie. The last time we ran into some other monodrones, dual drones, Minnie would ask them questions, and then I would translate for Minnie. I can't speak to them directly, though.
Okay, but okay,
Okay.
could
At
you?
least I don't remember that being one of the things I could do.
Okay, And you don't think you could control one of these?
That's his
I
plan
might.
if he finds
That's
it.
I'm just wondering. Yeah,
Two.
if they could tell us where these rods are or where they might be in the ship, that would be useful.
If we find a quadrone, I'll try something.
Okay.
Stick the wand in
I'm,
it.
I'm
and-
gathering parts to make a new mini at this
Okay.
point,
Okay.
and a few spares.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say you could just hijack one that's already built. Might
you
be
see,
No, that's 100% what he's going to try to do if we run into a quadrone. But I need specifically a quadrone.
Oh, okay.
so as you're looking at the refuse, there's a spare box right next to you, and you start putting stuff into it, but the duodrone that's next to you looks at you and takes it from your box and puts it in his box and looks at you curiously, and you continue to do. You put it in your box. He takes it from your box and puts it in his box. And
All right, we're gonna make this more difficult for him. Portable hole on the ground. I'm just gonna start putting things directly in there.
you put it in there, and he reaches his hand in there. He's trying to grab it.
I'm shooing him away. No.
It's like beep 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 beep.
Bad duodrone. Bad.
And he's like beep 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 beep. And he,
Do more come.
well, yeah. I mean, well, eventually, there's the three here that are working this side of the ship.
Okay. I was just wondering, is he sounding an alarm and we need to be...
Oh, he's just barking at him,
Okay.
kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long do you do this? I mean, you could. There's a big pile here.
10 minutes?
Yeah. As long as I'm finding things that are good for this portable hole.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to overload the portable hole.
Eventually, you get to the point where you've grabbed 20 of this part and 20 of that part, and things are becoming redundant.
All right.
Basically,
I got enough for at least 4 minis. That's what I want.
yeah. Okay, I'll give that to you. I mean, that's a pile of refuse. So you've got that in your portable hole now.
All right. I'll fold it up and hand it back to Ruckus, I think is the one who had it.
The hole? Oh, okay.
And as you walk away, this duodrone is like barking at you, falling.
Push him in the hole.
So,
And then it goes back and grabs its box and starts continuing.
so he was asking about like.
Yeah, the ceiling. Yeah, well, nice.
Well, here's a question to stall for a little time. Are there any stairwells
None that you saw.
or any obvious way of getting between
Only
levels?
obvious way that to go up would be through the cylinder. Or perhaps on the outside of the structure.
So who besides our dragon can fly? Is he the only one
Moon
here?
color.
I mean, I think
Moon
I
color.
can.
Monocolor.
Oh, yeah, okay. So one or two of us could ride it. Is she a full-sized horse? The unicorn?
Yes, a large
Okay.
creature.
So one or two of us could ride her. Or someone sticks out their arm and
Is there
she teleports us upstairs.
is there the option? Is there the opportunity to Misty Step upwards?
You have to
Floor.
see. As
Right,
long
but
as
he
you can
talked.
see-
He said
Yeah.
that there were open layers from the outside.
I also say they were 100 feet up.
Okay.
Wait, let's look in the giant cylinder and see what we see. You know, maybe there's a ladder we can climb.
Okay, so I envision Olak following the duodrone to the hole, watching it go. You peek your head in, and absolutely you see a quadrone fly down, grab the box, and start flying away
Upward, right?
upward.
Okay.
You stick your head in there, and it seems like smooth walls as this thing flies away into darkness. Somewhere up above, there's a little glint of light.
No, they're flying because they have wings. Right?
Yeah, right. The duodrones, or not the duodrones, the quadrones and the monodrones, they each have wings. They seem to be delivering.
Above us is a ceiling that we can't.
Okay. Yes, you're back. there is a ceiling, a normal, typical spaceship type ceiling.
And
Exactly.
typical spaceship. Yeah.
I mean, we're all familiar with
So we
that.
I've
can't
seen
go up.
so many of them. At this
Yeah,
point
we
that-
found no stairs, so there's no way to get up.
Or saw the ceiling.
Right. The only way
That's
up,
where the
seemingly, is this shaft.
And how high up is this?
100-ish feet, maybe to the next slight.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not fitting through that hole.
Well, could
It's
you-
a standard door hole.
Where the box.
No,
I mean, you could probably step through and then transform into a dragon,
Yeah.
and then just fly us up
and
one at
also
a time.
Ken, I don't know if you caught it, what Dave said, but there is a quadrone in the shaft.
Oh no! Don't. That did not go unnoticed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to let us figure out how we get upstairs first, and then things are gonna
Okay.
happen that might be bad
For the quadrone.
for us.
Or
Depends
us.
how they like what I do.
Do you think are these things strong enough that we could just hang onto a box and it would pull us
You
up there?
first.
I get the
Well, that's actually a good question.
having observed some of the interactions, Cristiano would say they don't seem to be like they seem to be thinking, right? They're not just on like a pre-programmed path. Like they may not
Yeah,
be.
but they might just think on, okay, someone's holding on to me, so I have to go harder.
It's worth trying.
Or they might think I need to
Yeah.
shake them off.
Yeah,
or,
right.
or yeah,
Yeah.
or that, or just may not go. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth a try, I think. Olak will the next one that gets delivered to the monodrone, he will like hold on to the box and see what happens. See if they will pull him up or if they just wait for him to let go.
So, Glenn, you have a question.
Go ahead. I'll
All right. So, as the transfer of the box goes from, forgive me, I always forget the duodrone, and you were waiting for the quadrone. The transfer is and you grab onto the box. The quadrone tries to jerk it away from you.
Are these boxes big enough that we could sit?
No, they're
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, could we be in the box?
Right.
No.
No. The answer is no.
That's your
Not as a medium-sized creature, right? If you had a way to enlarge, reduce, perhaps, or get inside of something else, perhaps.
Like a lamp?
Ah.
There we go.
Have we?
So let's resolve this. So he is. I mean, you're a 200-pound-ish humanoid,
Yeah.
right? He's not lifting you up, right?
Okay.
You are now in a tug of war with this box. So do you eventually give up?
Yeah, I'll let him go on his way.
He
The
kind of,
moment it becomes obvious it's not going to work, I'll let it go.
yeah, and he flies away, and he kind of looks at you scoldingly and flies up.
Are we able to talk to the horse, to the unicorn?
Yes.
Okay. So, I would say to invite my new female companion and me get on the unicorn and say, "Could you please fly us up through the shaft to the next level?"
Yeah.
Should the horse fit through the door?
The monocolor is like, I don't love this plan. I would rather fly from the outside.
Okay.
And yet, those creatures were there. So, flying in a tight space like this.
Does not appeal to me. She says.
No, she doesn't know that. Okay. So then probably too small. The shaft is too small for our dragon friend then too.
Not that he couldn't. Well, I think he might have a climbing speed.
Well, I have a flying speed.
It's the shaft though. This might be a little bit tight for that.
Yeah. I think it's 80 feet.
I have a falling.
What's 80 feet?
I have a falling.
My
speed.
flying speed.
Do you have a climbing speed?
It's, come on. There we go. Cool. But I don't remember flying. I've got a swimming speed, a walking speed, and a flying speed.
So no.
Speed, fly, swim.
And the unicorn can't fly.
Oh. Well,
Well, not a Pegasus, it's a unicorn, right?
It's
Yeah.
a unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just looked it up to make sure.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It does have
so he
teleportation.
really doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Fly? Do you see any
And
wings?
she's like, I think I'll stay here.
Yeah.
I will guard this. I will guard this
If we-
entrance.
If we hop into the lamp, I mean, I can fly us up once.
Yeah, or you can
You want to go up the outside?
let Layla scratch your arm.
I'm not.
Well,
We don't know how
Lacey
Lacey.
can teleport places she's been.
Oh. Okay. Okay, then I guess it's the lamp.
The other option, we all get into the lamp, we throw it in a box, and we end up where we
Hope
end up.
we end up on this.
See how that works?
Yeah.
I would prefer that we know where we are. We don't. They could send us to the incinerator for all we know.
So you don't want me to fly you up the outside to the next level or 2 levels?
We can do that. It's kind of the last resort, though, because that exposes us.
He exposes you to the rocks.
Yeah.
You don't
They're
think
not-
I can handle a rock?
They're not little simple things
They're pterodactyls, basically.
And
with
there's
lots of
6.
buffs.
There were many of them.
There are many of them.
They're
Yeah.
probably not impervious to fire.
They're a demon.
Do you want to find
Oh,
out?
they are? How do you know
They're
they're
a fiend.
fiends? Okay, then they are impervious to
I don't know. I haven't looked it up.
So we're lamp flying.
I like into the lamp, and Olak said, "You're gonna fly us up the shaft."
Once, though, so that's only one level.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only got like 2 spell slots I can use for it.
Yeah, there's been no long
So-
rest, so whatever spells you've
Yep.
used,
Yeah.
they're still gone.
Yeah. That would be why I only have a few slots left.
Yeah, least resistance is best for me too. Path of least resistance.
So
So
I
what do
think
you?
it would. I think it makes sense. I think it's a good option. I mean, and maybe we're on the second level for only 5 minutes, in which case the fly spell is still good to go.
Ruckus, do you invite Lacey to join you in your lamp?
In your abode,
Yes.
your boudoir, maybe.
Yeah.
Show him.
If she,
show her.
if we're gonna keep exploring the other levels.
Interesting how you
if
say
you,
Did you invite her into your?
Yeah.
Did you invite her across the threshold?
if you invite the vampire into your house.
The invitation has been made,
Mhm.
and so all of you get in the lamp,
And the unicorn too, if she wants to come.
Except Olak.
except for Olak. Unicorn says, she's happy to stay here.
Okay.
And so they all get in the lamp except for Olak. Olak takes the lamp, and you cast
Yep.
your fly spell.
Nope. I wait for the duodrone to come back, or the quadrone, because I'm going to try my bad idea. Now that no one's here to tell me it's bad.
This is fantastic.
Puts the whole life of the party on the line.
Split
Okay.
the party first.
So
and then
I'm
you
gonna
follow
move
us.
your guy here. Yes.
Oh no! I'm in the middle of the. I walk into the middle of the thing
Oh,
confidently.
I am sorry. I don't communicate well enough. There is no floor.
Oh.
So you could fall down,
Oh,
which is
How far down does it go?
Darkness.
Darkness.
yeah, that's a long way.
Where does it go?
Darkness.
I thought
Darkness.
we were on the bottom level.
We are.
Well,
That-
bottom level above ground.
of
Mostly.
the first level of hell.
All right.
The bottom.
Then I
level
guess I will
of the
cast
above
fly on
ground.
myself first,
Is there a hot up?
Okay.
and then I'll head on in.
So they all jump in the lamp. You put the lamp on your belt, in your bag, sack, whatever.
Yep.
And you cast fly on yourself, and you.
No, is it a doorway or is there a hole in the wall that he's
it
climbing through?
It shows a gate,
Okay.
right? So I imagine that gate's not really there. It's
I just
open.
thought it would be more fun if it was like a hole in the wall that he was like in the drones are like, what the...
So you fly in there, and you can see there's kind of just like the duo drones are doing their march back and forth. You can see between the the quadrones and the monodrones that they're kind of doing this elevator type of thing, just taking the boxes up and boxes down, 100 feet to the next level, and so you're in there. Tell me what you're looking for, what you need.
All right, the next quadrone that is coming down, or actually that starts to go up with a box, so that way it's occupied.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up my wand that has a soul in it.
Okay.
And because I know how these are built. Many do not look exactly like this, but there's a rough outline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to combine the wand and the quadrone together to jumpstart a new mini. See if I can jumpstart it to having a soul again.
All right. So you basically attack it with your lightning bolt wand.
Yes.
And so you make your attack, and as the lightning starts to envelop the quadrone, it converts into the cube shape. Its wing, it uses its reaction to retract itself into its polyhedron form. It stops flying and it falls down and out of sight unless you have some way to see it.
Well, I'll try to catch it if I can.
Okay. Now, because you were using a range attack, I'm assuming it was at least 10 feet away.
Oh, I was expecting... So what I was envisioning is I was trying to stab the wand into him to make the connection. I wasn't trying to cast a spell into him.
Fair enough. But you were still releasing the energy of the wand into the quadrant, right?
Right, because I got a jump start.
Yeah.
I figured I had to be close because the wand becomes a part of him.
I'm liking it. So you jab it in it, and it's the same thing, though. As a reaction to your attack, it still does its transformation, and it falls. Now you can give me a dexterity check to try to grab it. Now, you do have a wand in one hand. So you're going to try with your you're going to have disadvantage, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Alrighty.
And, let me set a difficulty class. We're going to set it at 13.
Oh, so close.
Missed.
Wait. Oh wait, no, this is my reaction. Sorry. I was about to ask if I could use my reaction to make my reaction better.
And so you see it transform. You reach your hand out to grab it, and it rolls off your hand, and you can see it fall out of vision and into the darkness.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll fly up.
Just a moment later, you do hear the clink, clink, clink as it seemingly hit bottom somewhere.
Oh. We got 10 minutes. They won't know. I'll fly down. Let's see where it landed.
Time doesn't pass in there.
Now, again, it's dark in this chamber. As you fly down, there's no light in this lower level.
I'll sorry. What's the spell?
Light.
Oh, I don't actually have light. That may have been a mistake.
Fairy fire?
Dancing lights.
Hold on, I think I can make one of my artificer
Bonfire?
things glow.
Yeah.
You can. There's
What's the one with
if
the
you have
little
magical
ball fire in their
tinkering.
hand?
Yeah.
Fireball.
If you have magical tinkering, you can make something glow.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I can't find it in my list of features though.
It's
Here we go. Yes.
Yep, actions.
Yes. Okay. I will imbue
Not you.
a little bit of
9 years
scrap
ago.
metal I have on me to make light.
Okay.
It's a 5-foot radius light, so it's not great, but enough to when I find the floor, I can search. And this will be a 10-second search. I'm not trying to go too in depth.
So you fly to the lower level, which is another, probably not 100, we'll call it 50 feet down. You come to what kind of like the crawl space of the ship, like an attic. It's obviously in disrepair. And as you get down there, you see this cube, which is unnaturally small compared to the medium size of the creature. It has condensed itself into what would be a 6 inch-ish cube.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll try to grab it.
Yeah,
And I want
sure.
Basically, is it still the same weight as what a quadrone should be?
So you reach down and you you grab this cube, and the first thing you notice is that it's stuck. It seems to be suctioned or grabbed, clinging to the surface it is on, and which kind of might remember that it did cling to the side of the spaceship.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is the 1 point of electricity damage you take as it releases a shock.
Okay. Ow.
So
That's not very nice.
yeah. So
But that implies to me it's still a quadrone. It's just being defensive. So I'm gonna jab the wand into it and try it again.
So you jab the wand into it, releasing the lightning bolt into it, right? And
Yeah, the soul. Attempting to jumpstart.
and what you see is kind of the energy from the wand goes around the outside shell of this cube, and yet doesn't take purchase.
All right. Enough of this. Let's fly on. Need to find a new soul now. I'm assuming it's
No,
lost its soul.
no, I can say it kept the soul. It just didn't take purchase.
Okay, it just didn't work. Okay.
You're not gonna like.
All right. If
Kidnap
He's giving up.
as we're flying up,
Yeah.
because it I can tell it did something based on what I was doing. So if I can somehow like find one that seems like it's distracted or like had just done something, I'll try it again. But otherwise, if no good opportunity presents itself, I'll just fly to the next level and pretend nothing happened.
Yeah. All right. So we'll fly you to the next level. This level looks very similar to the other levels. And as you fly to the second level, as you come to the gate, one of those duodrones goes to reach to take something from you and is confused that you're not handing it something.
I'll float to the side so the quadrone that's below me can hand it, and then I'll try it again while it's distracted.
All right. There's certainly another quadrone that comes by. You are flying in the center, and you try to jab it with your thing again. All right. So as soon,
Right, we're still doing that.
so the problem here, Ken, is
We're flying up and down the shaft.
Whenever these things have a defensive mechanism that they use their reaction to transform into their base shape. Now, when they do that, they can't fly. They immediately fall, but they become virtually indestructible. That's kind of what you're gleaning here. You try it again.
Yeah.
The same type of thing happens. It reverts into its cube and it falls out of sight.
All right. As I keep finding them, I'm going to keep trying. But for now,
Yeah. So I mean, this is what you learn, right? You learn that you really can't successfully attack it, or because they revert to the cube, and once they're in a cube, they're virtually indestructible.
all right. So here's a question. Would the wand, if I gave it to one, like instead of attacking it, just gave it and tried to have him take it from me,
Okay.
would I have any inkling if that would work or not?
Let's give it a try.
All right.
And so you give it the wand. So now the idea with the wand was, so I guess I understand how the wand takes a soul. You are now using it to put the soul into it, right? That's what you're trying to do?
It's my hope, because
Yeah.
I know this. Because it's supposed to like build the monodrone around.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you
So
an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Right? Or
Okay.
whatever your base stat is for your magical machinations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, intelligence.
Okay, so use
My,
that.
my spell casting stat.
Yeah, your spell casting set. And so let's see if you put. Let's see. All right, so you give the duo drone, right? That's what the quadrone.
Quadron. Yeah.
You give it the wand, you hand it to it, and it's confused. It's looking at you, and it's holding it in its hand. And then with the other hand, now it's holding it. What now? What? You tell me.
I am hoping. I'm gonna try mimicking, like sticking it onto its head, because that's where it was on Mini.
Sticking it.
Basically, I wanted to try to put it on its head.
So,
And
but
see if that'll
now
bond it.
you've confused me because you've handed it your wand.
Right. I'm gonna mine putting it on my head. Like,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to get it to copy me.
Well, all right. So we're no longer intelligence here. We're in persuasion.
Switch. Yeah, probably.
All right. So let's do a persuasion check.
Oof. This is my worst skill. Oh, normal.
I got that for free. I don't know how I got it or why I got it. I did not order it. I didn't pay for it. It came with something else. It was kind of cool looking.
14.
14. So you take your empty hand, mimicking the wand, and you put your hand on top of your head, and it looks at you confused and mimics your action. And now I think you're going to try to activate your wand without holding it, which is some crazy feat, right? So this is gonna be using your intelligence stat, and we're gonna set the difficulty at 15.
All right, intelligence. Natural 20.
Nice.
Woo.
Yeah. So you put it on its head, and the soul embeds it, and you can see it becoming confused. Now, I think this is a logical thing that with the wand embedded in its head like an antenna, and as it's going through this internal strife, I think it makes sense that it uses its reaction at this point to turn itself into the polyhedron and falls to the ground. As it's doing,
Well, I will go down and
yeah,
I'll definitely try to catch it as best I can.
sure. Why don't you give me another dexterity check to see if you can grab it? 13. Disadvantage. Oh, no, your hands are open, so normal. 17.
17.
Yeah, you juggle a little bit, but finally you grab it. But as you grab it, it releases its defense mechanism, and it starts with one point of electric damage. Do you ignore it and try to hold it, or do you drop it?
Yes, I will hold it and try to fly through the door. So if I'm going to drop it, I'll drop it on the floor.
So it's zapping you for one, and then a turn passes, all right, as you fly through the door, and now it's going to zap you for 10. It has increased the voltage.
All right. Ouch.
You're still holding it?
If I've gotten over the floor, so basically if I drop it, it'll just drop on the outside here.
I will agree that you are over the floor.
So I'm clicking on the wrong thing.
What happened?
Then yeah, I'll drop it now.
You drop it, and you can see kind of the electrical energy around the outside of it as it's laying in its cube form on the ground. And as it's on the ground, you kind of see it vibrating as it's doing. I'm envisioning like the Pokemon, as they get in the ball and they kind of.
Oh yeah.
What happened to the
Trying to
wand?
decide if it's going to be captured or not.
The wand is now. Well, we don't know. We haven't got that.
But it's in its.
So what happened to the wand was the question. You saw it affix the wand to its head, and once it did that, the soul was released into the duodrone, the quadrone, and it began this internal strife as the soul was trying to overtake its circuitry. Right, and that's when it assumed the defensive position. But now it is going through this. And eventually, a few minutes pass, and it stops vibrating, but it's still a cube on the ground.
All right. Well, I have the lamp open, so whenever they want to pop out, they can. But I'm just going to be sitting with the cube.
Okay. So you hear the knock knock on the outside of the lamp saying, "All clear. Would you like to come out?" Do you start coming out?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
The question's like, why was this 20 minutes?
Was
Quiet. Don't scare it.
it would have been what 10 minutes at the most,
He's
right?
talking to a
Because that was your fly spell duration, right? 10 minutes at the most.
10 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
It sounds reasonable.
Oh, I got to make a concentration check for that. See if I keep it.
There we go.
Good. I did not drop you either times that I was over the hole.
Place.
Okay, we're good.
No, I was wondering about that.
Oh yeah, it is concentration spells.
He was
Yeah.
trying to do
Two
all this
things.
stuff. Is like, whoops, I'm not flying anymore.
Right.
Yeah, no, we're good.
We would have been fine. He might have not been.
All right. So they all come out and they see you sitting on the ground, kind of cross-legged as you intently are staring at this cube on the floor.
Yep.
And they start to talk, and you say, "Quiet, quiet, be careful, don't scare it."
Christian would be like,
I'm trying
"Ah,
to
got a new pet."
trying to convince it that it's now Mini Junior.
Yeah. So maybe give me another persuasion check as you're trying to use that mental connection that you used to use with Minnie.
All right, persuasion. All right, that's a 5, and I'll use my reaction to add a +4 to it.
Yeah, that's a
The
good.
9.
Yeah, the 9's not going to do it.
Gonna start looking
Better than a
around.
5.
So the rest of you see this. What do you do?
Just gotta start looking around for the keys.
Yeah. All right. So
Well,
everyone but
Investigate.
Olak, give me an investigation.
That's more like it. 27.
27. Yeah.
8.
8.
So you don't even need me to be investigating. You're
16.
16.
0.
What?
He rolled a natural one.
Why won't this door open? That's not a door.
It's not a door.
No, what happens with you is as you're looking around, you become preoccupied with these centipedes, millipedes, creatures, and so instead of searching, you are battling one of these insectoids. Now we're not going to roll for it, right? This is you're just tied up with these things. Now,
I'm not gonna roll for it. You just take 100 points of damage. It's nothing. You're fine. Yeah.
0 on
Except I'm not, because if I take that kind of damage, I'm down.
Right.
I just picture a 0 on investigation is like, I want this.
Christiana,
Am I blindfolded?
you are quite certain the keys are not here. You've talked to everyone. You've spent your 10 minutes investigating the whole floor. You've seen these creatures. Let Martello have his fun, right? They seem to be attracted to him for some reason. He's beating them off. You letting him out.
Ha
The biggest thing I've noticed is this huge chain here. So whereas the chain that Olak has is a nice chain, this is more like an anchor chain of a ship.
Adamantium as well.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is. I mean, if you could lift it, because there's a lot and it's heavy, right? I mean, that's of interest. Otherwise, you see other alien-esque machinery.
If only we still had the tormentor. We could.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, you're thinking back to your friend at the dock,
Yeah.
This is the stuff he would really
This is
love
what he
to.
was interested in.
Yeah, this is the stuff he wants, right? Big type of metal. Those junk metal collectors. This is the stuff. This place has not been collected. This is higher, right? Not as easy to get to. But yet, those keys are not here. After 10 minutes.
I mean, the last place we look.
Yeah.
What, are those like grates? What are
Those
those?
look like rods.
Yeah.
They were some sort of
Like
fencing.
spears.
They're fencing.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
it's really what it is.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
It's really what it is. It looks like a latrine.
You got a hot tub
Or a hot tub.
with a centipede in it.
I was just- yeah. You look at that and
Tub
wonder,
centipede.
Yeah.
if we clear this out, maybe we should take a dip.
Drop a jolt cold.
Otherwise, it's a similar type of activity as they seem to be organizing. So what's not in the picture is the very neat and organized pile and categorization of stuff, right? So the stuff comes from the lower level to this level, and the duo drones are sorting it, categorizing it, and putting it in places.
Interesting.
The other thing you notice is there is no more up from inside. You remember from outside that there's another level, but you can't get it
Can't
from
get
the
it from the
inside.
shaft.
There's no indication of stairs. The shaft doesn't go up that high.
Yeah, we need to go up another level.
So we either got to fly outside or we got to blast a hole in the ceiling.
Well, it's 100. Ceiling is 100
100
feet,
feet up, and then we'd have to have somebody to fly up there.
So I started blasting.
Is there some? Is there a way to get outside from here?
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
Like part of,
As a matter of fact, more than that is there's more of these quadrones and monodrones flying in, filling a box full of those parts, flying outside and trying to go up to the next level.
okay.
We could try to hitch a ride with them,
Getting the lamp and
get in the lamp, and
put a lamp in the box.
Or just let the
and
dragon help us this time. Short,
that's.
quick burst.
I think that's
Or-
riskier than.
Try
So-
to let a monodrone carry us
The
up?
monodrones
They
are
won't carry us.
mechanical, not biological, as opposed to a biological. The eating of a machine isn't as tasty as
As a gold dragon.
a gold dragon might be. In my mind, that's how it would work.
So do we want to, let a monodrone take us up in the lamp, or do we want
Monodrones.
to have
Oh,
have our buddy do it as a dragon?
why would the monodrone take a lamp up?
In a box.
You would just throw it in the box.
Which means one of us has to stay behind.
Mm-hmm. Though
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Martello may Martello seems to.
Roll for crap tonight, so sure.
Martello seems a little preoccupied
Occupied.
with battling these centipedes. That maybe it's your
Oh, sorry.
clone.
Not Martello.
How
Olak.
about you?
I mean, Olak
Oh.
is preoccupied
Better idea.
with
But after 10 minutes, though, as you guys searched, he was staring at this. After 10 minutes, that quadrone, does finally relent. And I am going to say it's successful, Ken.
Yeah, Benny.
But there is a little caveat that you're going to like.
Oh,
So this quadrone has some extra stats, extra abilities.
Leonard, what is your fly speed when you're a dragon?
80.
So it would only take him 2 turns to fly up 100 feet and hop in the next level.
well, a move and a dash. Only one turn.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
I'd feel better about that than taking our chances that the robots deliver us where we want to go.
I will send you this, Ken, but let me read it. As a reaction, these mechanized polyhedrons, modrons, can transform into a polyhedron or sphere, but polyhedron. While in the polyhedron form, the mechanized polyhedron has a damage threshold of 100 hit points while it's in its polyhedron form. Right? While it's in its polyhedron form, the mechanized polyhedron can cling to most surfaces, and to remove it, it takes a DC 20 strength.
Cool.
While in the polyhedron form, the mechanized polyhedron can emit an electrical charge, causing 1 point of damage for each of its hit points it chooses to use. So, for example, I think I looked up the Quadrone has 22 hit points. It can use any amount of that 21 of those hit points to emit electrical charge. Just zap. No save, just zap. It's a defense mechanism. So it did a 1 point zap warning, and then when you didn't get the message, it upped the zap to 10. And it might have done another 10. The polyhedron would never willingly reduce itself to less than 1 hit point. Right? Here's the other thing. It takes a full turn for the polyhedron to transform back into its Modron shape. Not an action, not a reaction, not a bonus action. A full turn.
Full turn. Okay.
Right? A reaction to revert back into its form, defensive mechanism, but a full turn to turn back. So.
Cool.
Okay.
That'll be nice.
Now, let's move forward. What do you want to do? You're pretty certain it's not on this floor.
Yeah. So I vote for getting the lamp and let the dragon fly us up to the next level.
1 turn.
If you're willing to
Out
do that.
and transform back.
I mean, I could ride on your back if you want someone out there to protect you.
It's a good idea.
Just cover your 6. I think it's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
Something on in the chamber, so in your finger to shoot a vulture.
Tail gunner.
Actually, that's a good point. Probably should be Christiana.
Yeah, that's what I was
She can
thinking
actually
too.
do stuff from a long distance.
She can sharpshoot of rock.
Yeah, she could.
The idea is to not have
Or-
to hopefully.
If anybody, if
Yeah,
anybody
or I
was
could do
able
it
to
with-
sharpshoot
have
of rock while on a
fireball.
dragon flying upward 100 feet.
All right. So as you fly it, you can see as Christiana's on the back, everyone else is in the lamp. We have Gloin turns into Grogart. 2 flaps of his wings, basically, and he's up to the next level. Yes, the rocks turn to your attention, but before they could even really react, you were already at the next level. Coming on to the next level,
Just a few rocks. No need to.
yeah, let me. Darn it.
Darn darn. See, I have anything to don't believe you.
So you get to this upper level, and it is much more busy. You see your same monodrones, drudrones, quadrones, but you also see a larger tridrone working in front of some mechanical. Sparks are flying. Beyond it, a much more imposing pentadrone seems to, with its tentacles are reaching out and working on multiple machines at once. Sparks are flying. That is what you see.
See, she'll elbow Olak. You could have had a pentadrone.
I don't know how to maintain that yet.
Can that one talk?
Can that one?
Pentatron.
Oh, and you see more of the chains, right, laying around. So yeah, you start to your mind is starting to connect with this new quadrone, and its thoughts start to become more and more clear with you.
So yeah, Ken should be able to.
Can you're able to communicate with this thing now?
It's coming back.
With your. Well, ask it if it knows where the keys are.
Minnie Junior, do you know where the keys are?
And you get the sense that he says it doesn't use keys. There's a button.
Do you know where the button is?
The button for the ship is at the command center.
Not,
Don't think that.
Command center.
rods. We're looking for
Rods,
not the key to
adamantium
run,
rods.
not the key for the ship. We're looking for some other keys.
And so, not knowing that, he directs you into this room up here. And he points to a control panel, and there's a button. Big green button.
Do not press this button.
Christiana presses the button.
You press the button, and you hear.
Do we get a spaceship now?
You hear words, metal grinding on metal, loud screeching, and eventually a large as something just failed.
Catastrophically.
And then you look, and all of a sudden, all the Modrons are rushing to the room.
What did you do?
I pressed the button.
That is Ruckus, not Christiana.
Here. And I assume you would have your new Mini next to you. New and improved Mini.
Got the defense package.
Yeah, I just had in my mind that his constructs were way too wimpy. I didn't want to boost their power, but I didn't want them dying as easy.
Sure.
And this made sense.
Yeah.
They do die easily.
So that happened, and outside you see pounding on the door. These Modrons are probably some red light on their heads going. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hallelujah.
What do you do?
I'm
He
looking
did.
around,
The rest of us
staying
investigate.
close to
Is
the
everybody
sanctuary.
in the room, or is it just?
Well, I put
three
you
of us?
three. You three are the one that talked. No one else said they went in there.
I'd be looking around.
Yeah, so you've created a nice distraction.
Great, nice distraction for you guys.
So everyone but Olak and Christiana can give me an investigation check.
Oh boy.
You'll have to do it without my advantage plus
And
10.
you a natural one again?
No, I'm
14.
waiting. I'm saying
10.
14.
How bad can it be, Christiana? Or Christian?
4.
All of his dice are in his dice jail at this point.
Almost.
I have some others, but it doesn't seem to be making much difference tonight.
All right. Where's Gloin going? Where's he looking? We have the whole thing here. Where would you like to go?
I need to
Just
order one of those.
methodically work my
Solid
way
there's
from room to room, I
27.
guess.
So pick an
27
area.
die.
Well,
And
where am I
we're
at?
You are here.
Where the one is.
Well, then I'll work left to right then.
All right. So you go into
Like
this
any one of
room.
those.
W7. Let's give it a read. A chamber contains a stripped-down metal console and several rusty pipes that extend from the floor to the ceiling. One of the pipes has a 2-foot-long gash in it. Would you like to investigate those pipes?
Yes.
You stick your head into those pipes, and you see beady eyes looking back down, and a flock of sturges fly out at you. You are now up to your ears, and you remember what sturges? They're bat-like creatures with long pin. As these, you are taken up. That is what you found.
Okay.
Christian,
Uh-huh.
where do you go?
Where do I go?
Do you find a door? How high did you roll?
A 4. I found a door. I got
Where
a
would you like
rock.
to go?
Where shall I go?
Left or right?
To the right.
To the right.
There
So
are
you
no
get
centipedes.
but there is. There's a centipede, and you see you can dash either right or straight ahead.
To the right.
To the right, you can dash to the right. There's a door to the top or the bottom.
Top.
Top. All right, in here. Crouched on a pile of humanoid bones, in the far lowest corner of this room, is a hunched knoll that looks underfed. It gnaws on a bone while cackling maniacally to itself.
This knoll?
I'm surprised I didn't put one there.
Just
there
put
it is.
it. Just put a picture in knoll. So hilarious.
So a knoll is kind of a dog-like humanoid.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know either. Yeah.
It's not my name. What's a glen? Do you know?
It's a little hill.
It's a little valley, actually.
Little valley.
You didn't know that?
Or trees.
What's a Christian? Oh,
Oh no, that's a knoll.
You've even got a local park named after you.
and several streets.
Yeah.
It gnaws on bones while cackling maniacally to itself. Near its nest is another iron door. Lying on the floor near you are a pair of glass, bell-shaped horns attached to some loose wires. They look like they were removed from a pair of tall, slender metal machines standing against the wall opposite you.
Ah, the boxes to the north there.
Yeah.
That's where they. Okay, it looks like they came from there. Machines.
And there's
Okay.
these banners that say "Play slots."
Now, what you know about Noel is they can be intelligent, but this one seems to be drooling from its mouth.
He's
Eyes are
super
bloodshot.
hungry. Yeah, he's not in good shape.
And he's in hell.
Yeah, and he's in hell.
He's in a crashed spaceship in hell.
Yeah, on top of it.
Can't possibly run.
You should-
Roll crappy all night.
What did you roll, by the way?
Well, I rolled a 4
Okay.
originally, and I got to here. Oh, unless we're saying the 4 counts for the room because all that other stuff was getting to the room.
No, I think the 4 is, from what I've told you so far, is a good amount of information for the 4 you roll.
Sure. Yeah, no, I wasn't arguing that. I was debating whether or not there was any value in making another look at those machines to see whatever.
Right now, you saw that knoll, and you're uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. You have one action right now. You can leave, or you can stay.
There's another door. Can I get? I can't get through the door.
It's obviously.
It's over there.
If you move toward the door,
It's not going to be happy. I will step out of the room.
You back out slowly out of the door
And close it.
and close it back up. Now behind you, you hear the cackling of sparks as you look back and you see another one of those tri-drones feverishly working on some sparking mechanism.
Yeah.
That's your
my
turn.
Yep.
Ruckus.
W6.
W6.
Yeah, bring.
Straight up. You and your
Lacey
new
with
girlfriend.
Yep.
Christiana, you gotta up your game. You're gonna lose him.
Go up
Ruckus
to-
and Lacey
Oh, my
sitting
goodness.
in a tree. Oh.
I don't imagine. I don't foresee this relationship going on that long.
All right. W6.
Between you and Ruckus? You're gonna kick-
Between them.
Oh, between them.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, you're going to kick Ruckus into the friend zone with that?
This room contains 2 rusty iron crates in one corner and an iron bell-shaped contraption bolted to the floor in the opposite corner. The bell is 9 feet tall and painted black with several dents and dings in it. Every so often, the bell emits a loud ka-clunk sound.
Interesting. And the boxes are. Was it metal boxes? You said.
Iron crates.
Okay. I want to look closer at this bell thing. Is there any sort of hatch opening? Anything that looks like you could see inside it?
So as you investigate the bell thing, you sense that there's an aura of magic around it.
Okay.
But otherwise, its alien technology is lost to you.
But and it's solid. There's no
Yeah.
openings or
No
anything.
panels or.
Okay. And it goes clunk every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's like as tall as me. It's big.
It's 9 feet. He said.
9 feet
Almost.
tall,
Okay.
and painted
Okay.
black. Several dents and dings in it.
Hmm. And no door or anything on it.
Any inscriptions, words, runes?
That's a good question.
Sure. It is stamped with the letters EK with a lightning bolt on it.
Great.
And a button that says push me.
Yeah.
No, you already found that.
I already found
Yeah.
that. I did it.
Okay, but nothing that looks like it would open it. Okay.
Deck.
What about the boxes?
The two rusty iron crates.
Yeah.
Nondescript. Nothing important.
Nothing in there.
And as you stand there looking at your clunk, clunk, coming from the bell, like
Clunks every minute or so. Huh.
all right. Pan Lemire, where would you like to go?
I'd like to end up in W2.
W2.
Pay your
All right.
taxes.
So you kind of push past. You watch as Martella goes to the north. You go to the south. To get to W2, you go through W3 first. You step in there, and it's a little bit crowded with this guy in here. First W3. Sparks rain down from torn holes in the ceiling, falling onto a pair of rectangular machines that have been torn from the walls. The machines now stand in the middle of the room. Their loose wires sticking out like bad hairdos.
Can I see up and out of the ship, or
No,
is there something else?
you look up there. It looks like maybe there's a hood. It's just into gears and wires into the ceiling. There's really nothing there.
Proceed.
All right.
Avoiding the treasure.
Yeah, you wait and you dart past the tridrone and crouched on a pile of that was W4. We went W2. Jagged gashes in the outer wall allow this hellish sky of Avernus to light this room. An open hatch in the floor leads down to the lower decks. I didn't know. And a metal console is plugged into the wall. The console has switches in it.
Is there anything on this, like anything to tell me what the switches are?
No.
How many switches?
I think there's 4.
No colors, no other description of them.
They're just 1, 2,
Headlight,
3, 4.
turn signal.
They're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know.
I'll flip the first one. See what that is.
You flip the first one, and a loud alarm starts going. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, and it stops. Flip the next one.
Yeah.
A loud, discordant instrumental music with screaming vocals. That's what it says. Loud music.
Not my style.
Turns it off.
Next one.
A soothing female-sounding voice. Blah, 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 blah.
Thank you
blah,
for
blah,
pushing the self-destruct button.
You have 15 minutes to reach minimum safe
I'll
distance.
turn that one off and then turn the last one.
And this was a different voice. Blah, 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 blah. A very serious tone. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't understand it.
No.
It says a devilish voice. So if you know the
Abyssal?
I know Abyssal
No,
and the other one.
Abyssal
Alright.
was
so you know it says Chiaga Nask, which means abandoned ship.
Oh.
So then I'll go back and listen to the third one.
This is
Now
the
that
relationship method.
I've kind of
Yeah, it doesn't say it, but I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, it does say infernal, which you know. It's and turning off the abandoned ship, turning on this one, it says, "You are important. Promotion is your destiny. Asmodeus loves you."
Now get back to work.
This is very new agey for
Yeah.
devils. the new age devils.
And just
on
confused.
the ship.
You are important.
Yeah.
Promotion is your destiny.
So then I go over to the hatch and try to investigate it.
Yeah. So, what you see is there's a table, and on this table there's like goggles looking into the table, and on the side of the goggle there's a dial.
So there's a table with a dial.
A table with goggles
Oh, it's
looking
okay.
into the table. So it's like you look down into the table.
Okay.
Right. So obviously where your eyes would go is here. On the side of the goggles, there's some sort of dial.
Oh, okay. But there's no hatch. It's just it's a table.
It's a table.
Not a hatch.
I'm gonna
Okay.
call this a table.
Oh, what's the hatch?
This here. That was a hatch that take you. You see, open the hatch and there's a ladder that goes down.
Okay. And so I'll look in through the.
Yeah, you look in there and there's bright lights and wording, and like mechanical drawings.
But not I can read. Nothing I can read.
Well, it would be an infernal, I guess. But even the infernal, these seem to be like engineering type drawings.
Technical.
But one thing you do see throughout is this emblem of the EK with the lightning bolt.
So looking through, I'll adjust the dials. Does that just change the?
It's like scrolling through the images.
Is there anything on the images that?
So one thing that pops out at you, other than the over your head type of mechanical engineering type words, is a name of Ebuk Kyber.
Ebuk Kyber. Okay.
Ebuk Kyber.
I think it's a lot.
Okay.
I've done a lot, so I don't want to hold it.
Okay.
I'd like to go
back
down the
back
shaft,
to what would you say?
I'd like to go down the shaft, but I've done a lot.
Yeah, going back to Olak and Christiana.
Christiana will open the door and stand to the side.
And pushing through is the Pendrone, shoving the Duodrone and giving Olak a nice shove. Assuming you let that happen, Olak.
Yeah.
And it starts using its tentacles to start pushing rods to turn off whatever you turned on.
I will ask Mini Junior to ask the big guy where the adamantium rods are.
And it gives you under comprehension of he understands the words adamantium and rods, all right, and so you feel like he understood you, and he conveys that to the Pendrone, who is kind of like waving him off, and for a moment the Pendrone looks back at him and shakes his head, and so the Quadrone would relay back to you that it doesn't know anything about adamantium rods, other than perhaps the pistons and whatever type of engineering mechanisms the ship might have. But that's certainly not what you're looking for.
No. All right. I don't think they know.
I might yell out, "Hey, I think I found something."
So Martello, somewhere behind you, as you poked your head in there and you backed out, you saw Panlamir go down the other way,
Right.
and you hear him shout, "Hey, I think he found something." No one else would have heard it.
Right. Well then, let's see, where's my crew here?
Think about how you would handle 10 Sturges that are flocking around you.
Word of radiance.
Would I have? Would we? Do we know whether I would have seen? Oh, it happened after me, right? I mean,
Well,
would I have seen Ruckus and Lacey go into that room? Like, would I know that they're in there?
No.
No.
You kind of went first.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You look down the hall and you don't really see anyone else.
Yeah, everybody's going gone.
Other than Panlamir, who's
Right.
you kind of see him through the crowded next room.
All right. Let's see. I'll move to my left.
Back here by the
No, I want to get around him.
and
I want to get up
Keep going down the hallway.
just a little bit. I want to get to like
you want to be here?
no. I want
You
to
want
go
to be over
left.
here somewhere.
Yeah, like in the triangle.
Over here.
Nope.
You said triangle.
The triangle of those three things. There's a centipede,
Here.
something, and something. Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shout, Panlamir's found something.
Okay. And as you do that, you get the attention of this centipede, and he just starts stomping at its head, and I mean, you did shout right
Yeah.
next to it.
Yeah, right. No, I get it.
Okay.
I'm not
so
worried about that.
as he says that, Lacey taps you on the shoulder, Ruckus, and says, "One of your companions seems to have made a discovery."
Okay, we can head out there, I guess.
All right, you step out and you see
Save him from the.
Martello just
Stomping.
at this another one of these centipedes.
Must be the cologne. I don't know. Something.
Where
And
where is he? Where?
He's back that way, and I'll point back down the hall.
and as you say that, Lacey reaches down and grabs that centipede and curls around its head and rolls up, and she slithers out her long tongue and wraps it around and eats it.
Ah,
Lots of,
And you get a. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say.
and she wipes the slime from it. There's lots of protein in these. Yeah, so it points back to you point back to that room.
Yeah, right.
okay.
All right.
Right there.
Christiana, you would have heard this as well.
Oh sure, yeah, we've wrapped this up. I
All
think,
right, so you get Olak, Quadrone, and you step out, and they all point that away. Gloin, word of radiance, describe that to me.
Anything within a 5 feet has to make a con 18 fail. 3d6 plus 5 damage, radiant.
Yeah, that would do it. So as these Sturges come out of their hiding place, these 10 Sturges, you launch this, and it zaps them like the bug zapper you are, and they all fall to the ground. Otherwise,
probably like a bright flash that
Otherwise, there's nothing else to note in this room other than the passageway leading to the south.
I would head south then.
Yeah. So we go into this W8 space, a series of closet-like rooms. This hall has 4 doors leading off of it. Behind each door is a closet with a miniature console and a chair bolted to the floor. These consoles have keys and functions like infernal typewriters.
Oh, you said keys. I'm thinking, oh, there they are. No.
Typewriters.
Typewriters. Okay.
Rigged above each desk is a long, slender horn from which the bridge officers. It looks like some communication type of device.
Okay, but nothing that looks like an adamantium rod.
No.
Okay. I checked all four of the rooms.
Yep.
So I would then head back out.
You head back out, but that was a little bit late because these guys would have already reacted.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna come out and there's not gonna be anyone there.
They're not going to be there. So the group of you though, you decide to go back into that room.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to move you all there. I'll put you in this hall. Panlamir, they join you in that room. What do you share with them?
I tell them everything that I saw.
Yeah.
And I point to the hatch and I say, there was no way up here before.
Yeah.
But this is a way down.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a secret room. And this looks like some sort of executive officer's space. There's like a self-destruct, evacuate button. I mean, an abandoned ship button.
Let's
An
not
alarm
push
button.
self-destruct.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, not self-destruct, but an abandoned ship button, and
Music.
yeah, there's
So
an alarm.
when you look down the hatch, does it look like the floor we were on before, or does it look?
It doesn't. It looks like, first of all, it's dark, right? So there's no light down there, other than the random occurrence of perhaps a spark. It seems tight and it seems very mechanical.
Like maybe this is like a
Maybe.
engine room or something.
We haven't found anything else so far, have
Yeah.
we? Oh,
No,
do
yeah,
you guys
no.
share what
Martello has something to share.
Oh, well, yeah. There's the room I was in up there. There's like a knoll creature sitting on a pile of bones, but he looked really hungry. And there was another door, but I wasn't gonna try to get past him. At least not alone. So there is another room to check. But we gotta get past the creature to do that.
So, okay, we had 100 feet from the last floor we were on to this floor, and it did not seem like the ceiling was 100 feet high, so there's probably something in between us and there. I would imagine it's a lot of somethings, so maybe we do the one room that's up here before we go down.
Sounds a good plan.
Sure.
We might want to find our other partner. Well,
Wait, who are we missing?
Glowing.
You look around. Thank you for thinking of me. Oh yeah, we have a dwarf that's with us.
So you're suggesting check out the last room
Yeah.
past the knoll?
And
Yep.
before you even go in there, Martello just says, "Look in there," and you peek around and you see this gnollish dog creature gnawing on a bone, half crazed, eyes bulging, and finally Gloin catches up. And what do you want to do?
Get her! Get him, Ray! Light him up.
Somebody take charge and do something.
I mean,
Go.
I'm in the other room, but
Yeah,
I'll walk
you're all
in.
there now.
I'll walk in.
You step in.
Ruckus,
I'll
open the door.
I will-
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
Panlamir took lead.
I'll walk up to the machine side and just not making any threat, but leave room for everybody else to come in.
Yeah, well, you come in.
Yeah,
It stops
react.
gnawing. It starts growling at you.
Okay.
You
Growling,
feel like
but not moving.
Well, it's poised to attack.
Then I will attack.
Yeah. Okay.
If that's his
Yeah.
his response.
You're not feeling like you could get everyone in here to coordinate a preemptive attack.
Okay.
Fire will.
Yeah. Eldritch Blast.
Knoll on knoll violence. It's so sad.
Right.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Sorry. That's the Eldritch Blast to hit. 30.
You hit it for
Natural 20.
so you hit it with the natural 20, full damage.
So that's 15
Uh-huh.
plus. 13.
All right. 15 plus 13 is
28.
what?
Yeah.
I heard 50. Oh, plus 13. I heard 30. 15 plus 13 is 28. Yeah, 28 points of damage. It takes it, and you think Noel's that really should have put down a Noel, but as it hurls over and you can see an exposed wound on its back, it transforms into a death slod.
Oh, swell.
Oh, excuse me. A what?
Oh, what?
A death salad? What is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Death slod, and it charges at you.
Oh, crap.
And that's where we'll begin next week.
Good point.
Nice.
Yeah, never happened.
Okay. We got this.
Okay.
Might give me a run for my money, but it won't.
One addendum here, Ken, I would say is that you got a description of those goggles, and I would say that piques your interest.
Okay. All right.
What's around the corner there? That small room that
That's
I'm
what I'm
next
trying to
to.
get to.
This down here,
Yeah.
I'm not given a description, but what's that look like? Some sort of control panel, and a couple containers. We can make some stuff.
Okay. But it's not like a display case, or
It could be a display case.
maybe.
What do you suppose would be on display?
Four rods of adamantium.
Well, there are some cables
No.
or something.
Or whatever.
You've got a week to come up with
Yeah.
something to
stuff,
put in your display case.
Yeah.
I think it would be 6 adamantium rods.
I think that's a great idea.
Somehow I feel like that's not going to be there.
There is some lore dump, some story that Lacey will be. Her demeanor, other than being somewhat helpful, is of this very intense, like figuring you out, deciding whether she can trust you, deciding. At some point, she would say to Ruckus, because Ruckus seems to be attached to her. Something she would say it would be, "What kind of man are you?"
Yeah.
Sharkish.
Toothy?
Just your everyday half elf,
I mean, didn't you taste that when you?
merman, were shark.
What do you
Polymorph.
stand for? What is important to you?
I stand for sharks everywhere.
Because they can't stand.
What do you value? These are the type of questions she's asked. We can further discussion next week if you like.
Okay.
But while you're traveling, walking, and very awkwardly, she gets very into your face and looks into your eyes as if she's digging into your soul.
Because that's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, right.
So
Swell.
we meet next week, but then not for.
Yeah, so the Thursday between Christmas and New Year, we will not be doing this. I have cousins and family that seem interested in playing D&D, and so there might be an opportunity, but it will not be this. So, for example, for those that know, I have developed a dungeon based off of Dragon's Lair. And I'm thinking it's going to be the video game Dragon's Lair. Basically, the dragon Singe was sent off by the evil wizard Mordroc, killed the king and queen, and abducted Princess Daphne. The militia has been decimated. Dirk the Daring is missing. And the village people, YMCA, no, the villagers are putting together a posse. This will be a funnel like we did last year with the DCC, as in you will have 4 commoners and items that represent your profession, and you'll be storming the castle to try to rescue Princess Daphne. Most of your characters will die.
Like Dirk.
Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Where's that from?
Shrek
Yeah, Shrek.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
at the tournament.
All right, Ken.
What kind
Hopefully
of
you had fun
twist?
tonight. You like
Yes,
your
quite good.
you like your little gift?
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for.
Thank
us
you very
to
much.
find Krampus.
Maybe next week.
So, I cast a fireball. I had a meme of Santa Claus as a D&D character, D&D boss. He had all these special features. It was pretty cute. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
You know that video that you
It's like
guys
a
shared?
It was a 2-page.
It doesn't come up for me.
You have to join the group,
Yeah.
and then you have to wait a little bit and come back, and then it might.
Join the group.
Yeah, you have to join the Facebook group, or else you can't see the content.
Oh.
All right, good night. See ya.
All right, take care, guys.
Good night.
See ya.
Good night, Ken.